It is Wednesday, my dudes. Means it's time for me to inflict more emotional trauma on myself and others. It is February the 9th, 2022. Session number 13. How's everybody doing?
Good. So good.
Oh no.
Everybody, make sure we all wish Lindsay a happy birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
She's playing Dungeons and Dragons with us instead of partying with her real life friends. So we all appreciate it. Well, last time, Kahlo's sudden and inevitable betrayal occurred, and you fought some mind flayers. You managed to defeat them, with Zago almost dying in the process from falling down a long hole, but luckily he has an innate knowledge of how fall damage works in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, so he's okay. You went on down there and you discovered the one beneath, which turned out to be a Leviathan, as you had suspected it might be. And in fact, a rather gigantic one at that. A sort of nautiloid Hydra shark thing. With some help from Cinder's wildfire spirit, you guys were able to free that large thing, which had some consequences about which you guys are not entirely certain just yet. But with job well done, you decided to head on back down to St. Baranon. You met up there with rather, you had Jensung kind of fly you back that way. And there you also met up with Ben and his bodyguard from the Jade Bulwark, or the Jade Redoubt, rather, was the name that they settled on for that. He mentioned that his grandfather was setting up a sort of emergency conference meeting with the rest of his family in a couple of days, and you guys offered to head on down there with him. So you did. Things subsequently went to shit. Rook had heard some troubling news about some folks there, so he decided to do some covert operations, real sneaky beaky like, with Millicent in tow. Meanwhile, Celeste and Cinder had some awkward conversations about the group at large and about Rook somewhat more specifically. Who knows what he's up to, but he did end up meeting with somebody who seemed to be someone that he knew. They sat down in a rather crowded tavern, conversed for a little bit before a familiar-looking red-scaled dragonborn walked by. Seemed to be your old companion, Clifford Cimber, who, as far as you knew, was dead. But he apparently is not, and proceeded to blow up the meeting hall. Which was where we ended up last time, so can go ahead and throw this on as we kind of dive into the chaos that's unfolding before you all.
Great.
So, Rook, Millicent, you guys are sitting in this tavern across from a former compatriot of yours, Rook, that you know to be Harl Uric. Sort of grungy-looking, probably late middle-aged human man, a little stout, but apparently pretty high-ranking by the insignias and on the buttons and buckles he has going up his coat. You
did we see the explosion as well?
You don't see it, but you do hear suddenly this earth-shattering kaboom outside. The whole tavern just shakes, and things erupt into madness rather rapidly. There are probably about 25 other patrons in here with you guys in the tap room. Many of them immediately stand up and run towards the window to see just what that was.
Rook, what are you doing? It's like panic face.
Sorry, 1 second. People are sounding a little robotic for me.
Yeah,
that's
probably
same here.
That's because Lindsay is on my Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That's because Lindsay is on my Wi-Fi, and I am streaming and using Spotify and Discord and Fantasy Grounds, and it's a lot. So hopefully it'll settle.
Just gotta look towards Millicent. Just look back towards the guy. Well, you certainly want to put on a show. I suppose that haven't changed. Like to, you know what? If I could just Millicent, you are the best partner to have at a time like this. Just kind of reach over and pat her, give you an inspiration.
Oh. Thank you.
Well, Eric, I suppose this, how do you see this going down?
I don't, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm gonna lay down my own thing here.
Cool.
I'm gonna do this real quick. I use this guy's self to make me look like him.
Okay.
Millicent, could you hold him down and keep his mouth open, please?
Sure can.
You just hear him yell out, Simba!
I will jump up towards him and try to hold him down as well.
Okay, he is on the combat tracker. You are welcome to make some grapple checks against him.
Can I assist her in that? I don't know.
Sure, if you can help.
Cool. Just straight. Can I use athletics or
You can use athletics.
athletics?
See how many things I can close on my computer.
Alright. Advantage. Athletics. Let's go. I guess start here. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna use the inspiration now. Oh, a good inspiration.
Okay, let me make the check for him. Sorry, I'm trying to save the stream here. I don't know what, we have reached the limits of my Wi-Fi, it would seem.
It seems so.
Great.
The little router that tried really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I got that Cox Gateway stuff going on, so... Okay, he got a solid 3. So yeah, you are able to tackle him basically down as you see little bits of, like, fire and burning wood kind of raining down in the street outside. Let me see if there's anything of use that he can do in this situation.
I hope not.
He doesn't really seem to have anything he can do here. So he just is going to be use his action to be an asshole. As you're just kind of pinning him down, you just kind of dive across the booth there. You're sitting there. You just kind of an elbow into his throat, kind of pressing him into this very forcibly. He just kind of like looks up at you.
Tell me now, has Prince Zelton here told you who he is, or where he comes from?
I turned to Rock like, what the heck is he saying?
Didn't think so.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
At the end of the round here, you see Clifford just kind of pushing through the opposite moving crowd that's flooding out into the street and just kind of like sidestep in past them rather gingerly. You're getting a look at this guy. Rook, Millicent's a little preoccupied, but Rook, you notice this guy, he definitely looks like Clifford, but he seems to be, carries himself differently, he's garbed differently, he seems to be a little bit more battle-scarred. But he also seems incredibly sure of himself, and that scares you for a caster. Especially for him, who before you knew to be rather flimsy. He just kind of walks in. He's like,
"Oh, there seems to be two of you."
Yes, Will.
Right. Well, you guys settle this amongst yourselves. I'll go find the other one. Be free of them by the time I come back, Mister, or you know, whatever.
He just kind of strides out of the bar and turns invisible.
Well,
Well, I see I had two options here, and I saw two different bottles.
Peshka.
I mean, I'm just holding him down until you do something. I can knock him out if I need to. Pull up the axe. Butt in.
Yeah, I don't want to be too wasteful. Let's just knock him out.
Okay, can I swing at him to knock him out?
Go for it. He's pretty hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. But I just used the Stone Whisper, but I was using the blood end.
Yeah, that's fine. You
So I
just
don't
use the
like-
regular.
Okay. Ah, Jesus. Damn it. Oh wait, I have another attack. Are we
Can I
doing
just
initiative here? Wait, are
give
we
him
doing
a
initiative?
stab as
I'll go
well?
ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well that works out in your favor.
I'll give him a stab.
Go for it. The rest of the patrons in here are totally not paying attention to what you guys are doing. There is definitely
Good.
something going on outside. You see
Good.
orange light kind of spreading.
Hmm.
Yes. I mean, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
You just kind of hear him mumbling.
Damn you, Simba.
He will attack Millicent. He just kind of like he's still kind of struggling under your grip there, but I guess Millicent, you kind of whacked him there, so that was your turn. You have an extra attack that you want to do?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Can I rage?
Sure.
I mean, it might not last long, but I feel like Brooke wants it. I'm gonna do it. Alright. More so, I just want the advantage.
All right.
No, that was my second attack. so-
Whack him. He just kind of struggles underneath you, and you see he just kind of holds out his hand towards the cane that he has, kind of leaning up against the booth, and just grabs it by the hilt, and it turns into this kind of like this telescoping like great sword, which he will be trying to attack you with a couple times, Millicent.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
Millicent, do you have your, like, zealot stuff?
No, cause that was my second attack, I think. So, right.
Isn't it just the first
I
attack
think it's
that
just the
hits?
first that hits, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
I believe
let me
that's
add
the
that real
case. You
quick.
can add that extra damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
so look. Oh, okay. Darn it. Okay, let's just add that. Okay. Alright, now he can go.
Hits you once with a great sword. Kind of a pittance.
I'm glad I raged.
Oh, it is magical.
Oh no!
Does that matter for rage?
I
No,
think so. I think it's
I don't think so.
not.
It doesn't. No.
Okay.
You're still angry.
Yep, you are still mad.
Yeah, good thing
Even
I'm
though it is
angry.
magic.
I'm glad I.
And then he
I'm
just
glad
goes
I-
ahead and he seems to kind of mutter some incantation and cast something.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
We'll resolve what's going on in here before we jump to the others.
I give him another stab.
Make a wisdom saving throw first to see if you can.
Oh, fuckles. Hold on.
Oh,
The sanctuary.
You sure
Yeah.
did.
Well,
F.
You
Guess
can.
not.
well,
Then I'll just give Milson another inspiration. Alright, let's just knock them out and get the fuck out of here. There are people depending on us
Trying.
back there. Well, so yeah. It's kind of-
alrighty. Wisdom save.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nope.
I want to use fanatical focus. I can use once per rage.
Okay.
I mean, not really worth it this one, but it's worth a shot, and then we'll
Still
add
not
the
a-
inspiration.
Oh, okay, we can add your inspiration roll.
I feel like this is the time to use it.
That'll do.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, you just look at him, you're like, oh, look at this like old man with his like scraggly beard. You can't hit him, or can you?
Do
You
it.
hear Rook's
Do
voice
it.
behind you. He's just like Slav squatting on the table next to you, like
Come on. Come on.
Do it.
Do it.
like got a towel over you, massaging your shoulders.
You got him.
Alright. So I can't hit him now.
You can.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Thank you. Please. And where's my Divine Fury? Okay, come on. Come on, Millie.
I think each time you attack, you have to make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Well, I guess it misses, but
Oh no.
we'll just. I'll be automated.
That'll
Not
just do it.
automated. Oh. Do I roll again, or we're gonna keep
Go ahead and
going?
roll again. That's fine.
Miss, yeah.
He's gonna go ahead and
no,
cast
that was-
Shield.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a bummer.
Make that miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. He's just gonna try to. Fucking hell. Gonna go ahead and cast Blur on himself.
Oh,
Uh,
pulling up balls.
yeah.
Does that get rid of
Nope.
Sanctuary?
Don't think so.
No.
Doesn't hurt
Thanks for
anybody,
non-concentration.
and Sanctuary is not concentration. So
Oh, it's not?
yeah,
No,
it's
no,
not.
Sanctuary is bullshit.
Sanctuary is not concentration. It's legendary.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, if the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, and spell ends. So, he's still Sanctuaried, and now he is also blurry and hard to see. And he's going to use a bonus action to pull out a potion and drink it.
No.
Oh.
Kind of a pitiful potion roll. Alright, Rook, back up to you. You hear anguished screaming and crackling of fire from outside. It's basically just you guys in the tavern now.
Good. I continue to try to attack him.
Okay?
Good, nobody has to witness my murder.
Yeah.
We're not murdering
You
him.
cannot.
Including you. You also don't have to witness it either.
Any bonus action?
Yeah. Hold on.
Also, I don't know if are we still streaming?
You know, we might not be.
I'm checking it now. It doesn't look like we're live.
I'm dropping.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's a
dropping
network.
hella frames. So
Okay.
Oh.
Let's do this.
Nope, not.
yeah, I'm not surprised.
I noticed
recording
your
it,
voice cleaned
so-
up. That was probably why.
I'm recording it. So
Okay,
Alright.
that's fine. I just want to know if we're...
Fuck.
Action.
No. Crying is a free action.
Oh, you're so right.
I just kind of get up and just say, God, fuck you and your spells. When I was, Millicent, please take care of him. Inspiration. I was going to the door and I'll put my sword to like block it,
okay.
like close the door,
Okay.
block it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Millicent.
Okay. Wisdom save. Oh, I'm not gonna.
Nope.
Okay, second attack. Wisdom save. It's not worth rolling. I'm gonna try. 50?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep, 15 will do it.
Yay. Okay. Let's hit him. Oh my god.
With disadvantage.
Oh.
Blair.
Yep. Okay, hold up. Let me put that on real quick.
Or you could use reckless attack.
You know what? I might do that for this. Reckless. Dang, that was a 20. Mad. Recklessness. Oh, I forgot to put the advantage on.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just re-roll that.
Damn it.
That was a. Okay, let me try that again. I'm sorry. I'm getting. We're back.
Shield.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's my turn.
He's gonna try to break the grapple.
Oh no.
So you can make an athletics check against his acrobatics to see what he is proficient in. He's not proficient in either of those, so
I don't think that he'll.
he will not be able to get out. So that's his action. He can use his
you
bonus
for attending.
action to command his steel defender,
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
which you do not see right now. Rook.
I will attempt to hit him again.
Okay.
Yes.
You can.
It is time to murder. I'll go
Oh,
up
we're just
and
knocking the guy out.
try to give him. Oh no, yeah, we are, yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Hey, why? Well, I guess either of those would have hit, yes.
Yeah.
Or should I
But he has
keep
blur,
it with
so.
shield? Oh, yeah,
he
that
doesn't
was-
have shield up anymore.
Okay.
His turn went by.
Alright. Where's the attack? Stabby. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, he's no longer blurry.
That's good.
Get him! Bring him down!
Wait, so why did you have sneak attack on that?
Oh, because he is disadvantaged. Fuck. Yeah.
You don't
Well,
get that
really-
sneak attack.
Well, then you get rid of
You,
those.
you
flat
can't
four
get sneak
damage.
attack if you have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll get rid of that
Mine's
4.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
I
Well
give her
said.
another inspiration.
Alright.
He's still
Okay,
sanctuary,
cool.
but he's not blurry.
Yeah, okay. Wisdom save. I guess I'm going to explore myself. That should be enough.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna reckless this,
Okay.
so I will have advantage. Cause he's just. Please go to sleep. Bam.
Oof.
Yeah. He's gonna shield that.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Didn't want to roll that and make it worth it. Alright. Okay. Wisdom save again. Can't seem to roll. No!
This
No!
guy.
God. That's irritating.
He's just a tough boy to hit, you know? You gonna try to break the grapple again?
Oh man. Okay. Athletics. Okay, not the worst.
Oh boy. All right. I don't think he can
You don't think I'm
actually
good at?
do better than that. No.
It's my one good thing. It's my one thing I can do.
How long are we going to stand here and do this while the town burns outside?
What will I give up shit for? I just care about taking you.
You've changed, Zelton, and not for the better.
Can't say that you've really changed that much.
Oh. Can't improve on perfection.
No. You're out. Oh, he's a-
Really don't know what I could do in this situation. I guess I'll just sit here.
Okay.
Definitely tries to hit and not too well. Oh my god.
Oh,
Number 2.
oh.
Are we sure we can't just talk to this guy?
What do you think, Eric? Do you want to talk?
Not particularly, no, but if it will get this woman off my neck, then fine.
Oh, okay. Sure, we can talk.
Good.
I'll just stay here. I won't lease up.
All right. Meanwhile,
Until Brooke
30
says-
seconds
yeah.
ago, you guys are standing outside, and you see Ben just kind of walking back to the meeting hall, where you see Indira just his bodyguard just kind of standing outside the door waiting for him as he starts kind of like hobbling back up. Suddenly, the entire building erupts in an explosion of fire. And you see Ben is just thrown backward into the dirt and skids for like a good 10-15 feet on the ground. And you see a number of other people who are milling about outside the meeting hall are also just completely thrown clear of it.
Well, I suppose we should see to that.
Yes.
You start with
Start.
Ben, I'll go inside.
You know what? That's fair. Okay. Run over to Ben.
Okay. You kind of sprint over that way. You see Indira, his bodyguard, the paladin woman, just kind of like totally racked by this thing, smoldering, but just kind of sliding herself along the ground with her sword towards him as well.
Can I, like, as I'm going in, pass by her?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try and go to the building itself.
Okay.
I'll just dump. She looked hardy, right? She looked high
Yeah,
level?
she's pretty tough.
Kind of over my shoulder to Celeste. We're not doing anything after this, right? We're using everything we got here?
I imagine this is going to be an entire thing.
Okay. I will second level Cure Wounds her as I go by.
Okay. She just kind of like helps herself to her feet with the sword. Thank you. I'll get after him if you can. She just kind of heads over to Ben. That seems to be her primary focus here.
Well then, Celeste, I guess we both go find his family, or what's left.
Yeah. Just pivot then and head on with Cinder.
She seems
She
more
just kind of
capable
turns
than
around and
probably me.
mutters some incantation and casts aid on the two of you, so you get +5 max health
Rad.
for what it is worth, and then she will go over and just dump a bunch of lay on hands into Ben. The situation in here is exceedingly grim. There is smoke and flame and gore kind of around what looks like it was once a kind of large, sort of like cathedral style setup here. The explosion seems to have happened more towards the north side of it, which seems to be where the bulk of the Tarstack family was located. You guys can both do a perception or an investigation check for me, and I'll point out what you see.
Can I look for something in particular? It's going to come off as weird, especially with Celeste there.
Fine.
Can I start looking at what I'm assuming are going to be bodies? If any of them look like they would be revivable, I want to start searching the women for jewelry and see if I can scrounge together
Okay.
diamonds and parts and stuff from people in the room.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to be looking around for anyone who is not burnt to a crisp, at least.
Okay.
Oh.
So there are a number of individuals in here. There seems to be a large collection of humans towards the north end, or what is left of them.
I don't like that phrasing.
Yeah. It's pretty bad in here. Cinder, you take about a minute here and just kind of like rifle through wherever you can. Celeste, you just kind of like look overhead and like, and then you kind of figure out, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. You are able to get together. You find a collection of diamonds on some bodies that you think might piece together for a 300 gold. It's hard to say. You're kind of working on it for, 30 seconds there ish.
I'll bring him over to Celeste. Just if you see anyone, I've got one left in me, but I'm guessing you're better at it than me.
There are some other folks in here as well. In addition to what looks like all of the family members of Ben's, they all have a number of what look like bodyguards, just like Indira wearing that kind of emerald green cloak. None of them look any better off than the family members in here that you can find. There are also, oddly, what look like some clergymen from both the old church and the new. Celeste, you recognize one of these people as Balancath Walniar, which is this half-elf man who, at last you knew, was the bishop of the Temple of Nature and Light, one of the 4 bishops of the High Church. In addition to that, you also see 4 Warforged on the ground in here as well, along with pretty much all of the people related to Ben, his parents, his grandparent, his grandfather, his aunts and uncle, a young woman who you determine is probably his cousin.
Oh.
Is anybody visibly alive and unconscious and not just dead that we can see too quickly?
There is one of the bodyguards, this human man, probably early 60s. He is just kind of leaning up against the wall, extremely charred, but he looks like he's breathing.
Healing word, just to stabilize.
He just kind of... But you have an assortment of relatively mangled bodies in here that you could try a Revivify on.
We're short on time. Pick someone.
Oh, fuck.
Well, just do it.
Anyway, meeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Pick a favorite.
Squint at the bishop. Oh wait, both of Pen's parents were here, so his
Yep.
mom and
Yep.
ooh. I would go to, not sure which of the parents.
Which one looks more salvageable?
His father. His father was actually a person with levels in a class, so had some help.
He had more than 10 hit points, so he is more than dust.
Okay, if he looks the most salvageable and he at least knew both of them, I'll try it on his dad.
All right. Go ahead and do a wisdom check.
Inspire thyself. Or not Do you have guidance?
I have guidance, yeah, I'll do that.
I imagine this is not something I can help with.
No, but a 19 will do it.
Yeah, that's a good roll.
You consume all of that diamond. It seems like you had just enough. And you see him just kind of, his eyes just kind of very briefly flutter open before closing again, but he seems breathing. His entire body is like charred. He's got like his leathers just kind of grafted to him in several places, but he is alive, if unconscious. And then you hear this
Can I go ahead?
above you as you kind of see parts of the ceiling are starting to kind of break apart.
Oh God. Cinder, maybe grab the mother. What's her name? Belle. But anyways, maybe try to drag her out. At least we can get maybe another body revived. I don't know.
You see that large bald man who seems to get a second wind and just kind of like hoist himself up on his sword. Which should I grab?
Oh. Also, can I go ahead and do a preserve life on Ben's dad and the bodyguard?
Okay, yeah. Halvad does not wake up, but some of his wounds do close up, and you see some parts of his like armor just kind of like popping out of his skin as it kind of grafts itself back together. The bodyguard does look much better, and just kind of like bows deeply to you and just kind of looks around.
How high is the ceiling in here?
Probably like 40 feet.
Shit.
It's pretty tall.
Oh.
See this guy just kind of doing like a very military kind of triage, like looking around, and he just kind of settles his gaze on, let's see. Another one of the redoubt members who seems to to your eye now, you can see it's another person that's just unconscious but not dead. And a couple of these kind of clergymen in the back who look really, really bad, like they're probably like in the process of making death saves right now.
Grab anyone that
Um,
looks like they're. I mean, if you see
I
anyone
say
that we
we
don't
just
see,
both burn all of our spells on healing words to wake everybody up and get as many people moving as we can. Just start, like, as he's pointing them out, I'll just
He's just kind of like
burn.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
If you've got something to burn too, we might be able to get enough
yeah, I
people
have
up.
a lot. I have another preserve life as well, which should hit.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 of the kind of priestly garbed people in the back. Neither one of them the bishop, but 2 of them just kind of get up and crawl out. The other member of the Jade Redoubt that you saw is kind of helped out by the one guy that you woke up. Alvad's going to need to be carried, but he looks all right. Like he's not in danger of dying. One of the Warforged as well seems to be just kind of like sits up as you do that and just kind of pointedly just walks out the building and then just kind of stands still outside.
I will. Do you want to grab his father or?
Oddly enough, it seems like as you do your preserve life stuff, you also feel some of that magic going to people outside as well. Like some of the people who may have been caught in a blast outside the building are also getting healed by that a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah, I can grab how bad.
Yeah, so from what you were able to tell, there's basically a long table up at the north end of the hall where all of the actual Tarstack family members were seated, and that is also where the center of the blast seems to have been. Halvad married into the family, so he was a little bit further back, and the bodyguards were standing directly with them, but they were also beefier individuals, so they fared better. But you spend like a minute here just kind of doing some quick triage, doing some quick healing that you're able to, and getting out of the building before it completely collapses on top of you.
I'll try and drag Ben's mom out.
Okay.
If I can recognize her.
Yeah, just go ahead and do an athletics check. She looks real bad, but there
I'll give
is,
you a guidance.
she is at least recognizable. His grandfather is basically paste.
I don't think he got along with his grandfather anyway, so I'm fine with leaving him.
Yep.
This
All
was
right.
not a I want to save her. This is a I'm doing this for Ben.
Okay, fair enough. You're able to get her. The 2 members of the Redoubt get out, and the 2 priests in the back get out, and that one Warforged is just kind of standing there.
He's outside though, right? He didn't.
Yes, everybody is just standing. You guys are all able to get out now before the whole thing just...
We should move away.
You see there are some people, a lot of people just kind of standing and gawping. A lot of people also just kind of running with whatever they have in terms of water that are just trying to splash buckets of water onto it. You do see a couple of robed individuals and clerics and druids as well. A couple of kind of low-ranking casters just kind of coming in and doing what they can to stop the flame. Notably, a couple of members that you recognize with vestments of the Old Gods and the Powers, just kind of trying to put this thing out. And you guys both have decent passive perception as well. So I will say, you can see Indira is just kind of sitting with her sword in the ground next to Ben. He seems like he's breathing. Most of the people that you took out are conscious and just looking like shit. And you also see, coming from the west end of town where you guys came from, this woman who definitely sticks out, this kind of stout, shorter human woman, with close-cropped red hair. She's carrying a greatsword, and she seems to be accompanied by this, like, weird-looking metal dog. And she also seems to be covered in, like, small scratch marks. Running towards the part of town where Rook and Millicent headed off to.
Weird, but not something I'm gonna deal with right now.
Did we notice that?
Yes, you both see that. You can go ahead and make nature checks if you want.
Didn't we have the description of redhead lady previously?
I don't think so. I think Rook did.
No,
He
it was
did.
from Rook. And Rook
Celeste,
told me.
You have a couple similar looking wounds yourself. They look like cat scratches.
What?
Hopper. That I think we need to be here tending to these people, but if we're concerned about whatever that was,
I I mean, concerned, but also no. I'm going to be here. Like it. I'm a life cleric. It's.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
you can
gonna
see
leave.
there's definitely work for you to do here. There are lots of people who were like shopkeepers or merchants who were kind of tending stalls around the meeting hall who were blown clear of it and seem severely wounded or dying or dead. A couple of other clerics from around the city seem to be helping out as well. Their primary focus, you can tell right now, seems to be on some of the children that were nearby the building when this happened. But you can very easily find places to make yourself useful. And people that require both of your assistance.
would you like me to help you or go find Rook and Millicent?
Honestly, help me here. I don't know what they're doing, and if they haven't heard about this, they're in some part of the city that's far enough away that it'd be too much time.
You do see nearby this kind of tall, willowy elf woman in kind of like leathers. Seems to be doing a spell that you're familiar with and just kind of trying to throw some dirt up and kind of build some like craggy walls around to contain the flames.
I'll help with that. I've got mold earth and shape water. If I can try to help with the firefighting,
Yeah,
just see if I can.
Yeah, if you
help
call
those
out
people.
if you call out that you have those, somebody will come up to you with a couple of like buckets and pails of water to kind of help you. So you guys can work on that endeavor. Back in the tavern. Carl's just
What's all
sitting
this
at the
going on,
table.
Eric?
Seems pretty self-explanatory to me.
Fair enough. I imagine that Heidler is somewhere around here, yes?
Yes, she should be back sometime soon.
I imagined.
We make a good team.
I'm sure. What's with old Cliff? He seems a little different. That shit with Asta.
You could say something like that, yeah.
I figured. Well, I gotta say, I'm not really sure how you really expected all this to go. Just walking in there, in here rather, to corner me. I guess I don't know if that was
To be
your
honest,
plan.
I didn't know you were here. I hope you
Oh.
might be. We're here for that mission, and we've accomplished that one. Anything else is just icing on the cake. I've just been looking for you.
Well, it would feel kind of good to at least bring you in for this, whatever's going on outside, but, well, I imagine it's been a minute by now.
Probably, yeah. He would have recast Sanctuary on himself, but
Okay. I would keep talking then.
okay. After another few minutes, I don't know, the little bit goes, you just hear like a at the door.
Oh, I suppose that's your friend.
Hello?
Oh, yes! 1 moment, we'll be right with you.
You just hear like another voice that you recognize. What is taking so long in there?
God, I pull out my wand.
Met up with Isaac again.
Oh, really?
Sorry, what did they say?
He just yelled back, met up with Isaac again.
How far are you away from the door?
Not too far.
All right. How far away is he from the door?
Maybe about 10 feet back.
10 feet works
Okay.
for me.
That's it. Push him, please.
Oh.
Push him where?
Just 10
Yeah,
feet
we're-
away.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Kind of point that way.
Shove him.
How far away from the
Towards
door do you
where?
want him to be?
I'll push him towards the door.
Okay.
I'll point to push him towards the door.
Okay. You just hear him yell,
I'm close enough.
like, ah, good.
I'll try to goo him.
You can go.
Okay.
Go.
You can attack roll. He's not sanctuaried anymore.
Okay. Ow.
You miss, and he disappears.
Ah, God. Well, maybe he, like, explodes or something. Well,
What happened to the goo?
You just see
I
that
missed,
it's just like on
alright.
the wall. Like,
It's like,
It's over there. Also walk towards the door.
okay.
Is there anybody out there?
No.
Fuck. Mission failed, Millicent.
yeah.
We'll get him next time.
Mission failed.
Get 'em next
Well, we
time.
should probably check out what's going outside now, because that
Yes,
was a pretty big
probably.
explosion.
It was. Yes, let's go check it out. Take back my sword.
You get out there. You see the remnants of a roaring wildfire that seems to be largely being contained at this point, but the meeting hall is a pile of smoldering rubble.
Oh.
Ooh, my.
Question: with our perception, did we see the arrow coming into the meeting hall before it blew up, or did we just see it blow up?
You probably wouldn't have seen it. It was kind of on the opposite side from you.
Is Clifford evil? I don't think
yeah.
he could do that before.
He's definitely evil. This is the way I see it. He got taken to Aster, he got turned evil, Millicent, and evil gives you power. So,
I mean, you're
Maybe
not
not
wrong.
the best thing to say.
terrible, terrible power.
I mean,
Nice
you
save.
should probably check.
Evil gives you power, does it?
Like,
The dark
Okay.
side is a gateway to many abilities most consider unnatural.
He didn't seem like good old Cliffy from back in the
no,
time.
that didn't look like. I mean, frankly, we didn't know him that long, but enough
He
that
just
he.
carried himself different.
Yeah.
And he couldn't explode half a city, so.
Also, I have many questions about this past encounter, but let's check it out. Let's check out.
Yes, we can touch
Points.
base later. Yes.
There's a lot going on for Billy.
You see there's
There
basically
you two are.
a couple of clerics who have now kind of set up like a little healing station on the ground where you see
It's like
Ben,
walking there.
his Ben, who just looks like he's charred from the front and like he took some serious blunt force trauma. His dad, who looks significantly worse off, like 3rd-degree burns.
Ooh.
A couple of barely conscious-looking minor clerics. From the High Church, it seems, and a Warforged who's basically just standing there with the rest of them, like basically staring at the
Does the
ground.
Warforged look familiar to me?
No.
Okay.
You see he has a number engraved on his shoulder. That's 512.
Hello, Ben.
Are you okay? You look.
Ben is
Kind of-
unconscious.
Oh. Oh.
Ben and his dad are both
What?
unconscious.
Oh.
He's just like standing there
Don't
looking
apply
down. You guys see them
Yeah, it's like-
approaching and like talking down to an unconscious person.
it. Like, oh.
Oh,
Brooke,
I
you don't
see.
think they're-
Never
I
mind.
see, I see you've made it.
Yeah, welcome to the party. Where have you been?
Clifford really did a number on this place.
Clifford?
Yeah.
we were kind of around and we saw Clifford, and I thought that was weird.
Seems
And
he
then
paid a visit to Aster after all.
Oh. Well, with that context, it makes a bit more sense, because previously he got stabbed pretty easily.
There was also some friends from Blackmire.
Okay, so basically the reason you guys haven't been here is because you saw the whatever was happening, but that led to this, I'm guessing.
More or less.
Oh,
More or less.
Couldn't really stop any of them, though.
He kind of just disappeared after, and we were kind of confused.
Yeah.
I have more questions about that, but we're kind of just focusing on making sure people live. We went in after everything happened and saved Ben's father, but everyone else is pretty much charged to a corpse, and we don't have that money. We only had the one diamond, so.
Uh-oh.
I can't really help with any medical stuff, I'm afraid.
I can help carry corpses out if we need to, like, find more.
I think soon we're
Yeah,
going
help
to
with
have to
rubble.
pick through the rubble and see what there is to find.
I can help with that, but
From what we saw in the room, it won't be pretty.
No.
Well, seems, I don't know what this emergency meeting was supposed to be about, but
Hopefully his father can tell us.
hopefully. But I imagine maybe it would have something to do again about, what happened.
There were a lot of
Blackmire
people.
striking first.
There were a lot of people in that room other than Ben's family. I didn't recognize any of them, but I'm
Well-
not from around, so.
One of them was one of the 4 main bishops from the High Church,
oh,
Wow.
which
that
really confuses me why, if this was supposed to be, maybe something to set off events,
or maybe they're
target-
trying to talk it out.
maybe.
Was that bishop a good person?
Uh,
As
In your
far as you
opinion.
recall, he was okay.
Just okay.
Maybe we should have gotten him out.
Maybe, but at the same time, out of character. He was at the front of the room, so I'm going to guess he was one of the ones, probably.
Yeah, there wasn't really probably... You could have tried to revivify him, but that would have probably been the only thing you could do to save him.
Okay. We could have, but also... There's a lot going on in that room, so I'm not going to really regret to bringing back Ben's father, because at least Ben's father... We had
Yeah.
some gauging on him.
He was a fine guy.
And I think he might be a bit more willing to lead his family in this, what's left of this, through whatever's about to happen than Ben would.
Yeah, I was...
Possibly. We'll have to see where the mental state of feelings are after this.
Well, based on what he wanted us to do the first time we talked to him, I think we can have a fair guess.
Yeah.
Maybe. A lot of his family just died, so let's see.
Mhm.
You guys see this human man, pretty tall, kind of shoulder-length brown hair. He's got an eye patch. Got like blacksmith kind of garbs and apron. Along with this halfling woman, probably,
Excuse me.
bless you,
That's
like
Bless
3
you.
feet
Thank
tall,
you.
got blonde hair that's basically to the ground, kind of dressed in priestly vestments. These 2 people just kind of like come up to you, and the guy just kind of looks down. And he's like, you guys seem to know what's going on a little bit more, maybe, than the rest of us.
approximately.
Probably.
Trenton, this is Leora. We're clerics in town,
Excuse me.
trying to see what we can do.
Well, there's plenty to heal, and if you have my passport to revivify, but
We were only able to bring back one of the people in the room before we got out.
Oh.
A few who were alive. But they were mostly, bless you, they're mostly security and people around the edges of the room, but most of the family.
Oh boy. He just kind of looks back at where Ben and his dad are. Okay. We'll our people and you got any idea about who did this or?
None worth doing anything about yet. Deal with this first.
All right. And nods down to her. Kind of goes back to checking on some people. They seem pretty tapped out and tired at this point, but.
Do you have access to mundane healers kits? I can help with that, but I'm almost out of mine.
Yeah, we have some apothecaries in town. Dolgern and Charlotte are off looking for those. Two other kind of head clerics in town. Trying to organize what we can.
We'll probably need a lot more healing than our spells can provide this week.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks down. Leora, did you say you had a cure wounds left? Yeah, I think I can probably do one more. He just kind of points over. She looks like she probably. And you see, kind of leaning up against the building and limping towards you, is Jensung.
Oh.
Oh.
It looks like she has been destroyed by a sword of some kind. Just kind of like
Captain!
Cat scratches.
Kind of like
Cat scratches.
Hey
That was why I
guys!
said hopper.
What
What the f-
what's going on?
Crazy lady, shut up and try. And she just kind of like falls down.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
Leora just kind of
Uh-oh.
goes over to her and heals her a little bit. It's like, all right, just take it very slow. It's fine.
Up and at him, Captain.
I'm okay.
Mhm.
This lady.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Description?
short, kind of round, red hair,
Oh.
really nasty with the sword. But I got some punches in there too. So did Charles.
Sorry, Captain. But she was an old acquaintance.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did she?
Did she just attack you? Was she
yeah, I
trying
think
to?
she was trying. Yeah, she didn't do anything to the hopper, as far as I could tell. She just really wanted my ass.
Why?
That's.
But she didn't get it.
Oh,
Nice, Captain.
Charlie's
Did she-
okay too. He just kind of went a little feral, so I locked him in the hold until he calmed down.
Did she say anything in this assault, or did she just show up and go crazy?
yeah.
Give a little one-liner before.
I don't speak Zeltish though, so
Don't imagine you know what that kind of sounded like.
nah. I
Yeah,
feel like if I
that's
tried,
good.
it would come off really racist.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough, Captain.
I'm just gonna slide
Yes,
down,
yes, yes,
slide
yes.
down right here.
Just
Yes,
slowly. So okay. Okay. Fine. Oh. Everything about this just keeps getting better.
Why come after Jensen?
Probably so we don't get to fly around on the hopper.
But why not attack the
Then,
hopper
yeah,
too?
then why not smash it?
I don't know. Maybe they thought it was
Imagine they're a
easier.
little hard to smash.
Well, if she had time and had already beaten up Jensung.
Oh,
this-
well, I don't know. Oh, we were taking care of the other guy, so maybe sent some sort of message to her or something. I don't know.
Just strange if they were. Presumably, they were not here for you or us. They were here for gestures vaguely at exploded building.
I think it's quite clear they were here for this.
So why even involve us? Or Jensung? Is there anything else you want to tell us about these people that you want to kill? Because I feel like it might be getting more important,
Yeah.
especially if they, whoever you encountered and wherever you were, now are aware that you are around and looking for them.
And the inevitability of us getting more involved with political things, even though we're going to actively, we don't necessarily want to do that, but it's
I
probably
don't
going to
want
happen.
to, but it'll have to happen.
Oh,
At the
I'll
very
get
least, I
to it.
gotta give Ben and his dad some people to look for who did this.
Yeah,
They were Hall, Ulrich, and Sylvia Heidler. They were. When I knew them, they were at the Dressler factory, but seems they've probably moved up in rank at least a bit. At least Ulrich has. They were just kind of people at the factory at that time, but just know that they were white bastards. Seemed that those kind of people move up in the ranks. They were good interrogators and good fighters as well. But at some point, I guess they picked up old Cliff. I honestly don't know what that part's about. Or rather, how it works, other than my best guess was Aster, which he kind of gave a kind of a yes to.
Well, Cliff was being no. Someone was hunting him initially, and we knew he had some magical prowess, so...
They had to have brought him back after the night in the inn. I checked him and he was dead.
Yeah.
He didn't... I only saw him little bits at a time through when I was spying on him and you, but he wasn't really moving the same this time. He looked a little off.
This is all a lot more complicated all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You see the 3 kind of emerald-cloaked bodyguards that are still remaining, just kind of quietly kind of approaching you guys.
Yes.
See the large, kind of probably mid-60s, bald human man. We're going to need to have some conversations with the 4 of you, if you would be amenable to that, once...
Those 2 awake?
Kind of points down at Ben. Once the king is awake.
Oh, boy.
And not...
What line?
We revived the one who was married into the family, not born into it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's one of the things we'll need to talk about.
Yeah, we did try to bring out Ben's mother.
There's no fault of any of this seems to lie on you for. We're grateful for what you were able to do at all. We just need to see what needs to happen moving forward. And
yeah.
Like it or not, you've become involved in it.
Oh, we have.
Seems to be happening a lot.
Though, I can't imagine... Oh, like, there's still high clerics here, like, did the Tart, like, as their guards, do you guys know if they had, like, diamonds available to at least revive, like, a couple of them, or...
We've asked around, nobody in town has the capability to cast high enough.
Oh boy.
Seems like this is what we got then.
Aye.
You did the best you could, Celeste.
You did.
Yeah.
And far better than any of us could do. We're supposed to protect them.
It's true.
I appreciate it, but don't fault yourself in that.
There are limits to reasonable expectations of protection. The room around you spontaneously combusting kind of falls outside of them.
It was a new one. Well, Indira is going to see to her ward. Afra has agreed to move her contract over to his father, Two of them will bring them into what passes for an infirmary in town. I will, I suppose, assume captaincy and look around what's left in the rubble.
Yeah, and this might be out of your privy, but I noticed off chance that one of the bodies in there was one of the 4 bishops from uh the High Church. Did he have an escort with him? Is there anyone we can inform?
2 of the 4 clerics that you saw in there were with him. He just kind of points over to. You might try talking to them, as well as the
Who was your
Warforged.
Who was your ward before all of this?
Bowen from St. Karzar.
Let's see. And more of your order made it outside, or is it just the few that we've already seen?
Just the 3 of us.
Well,
But it would have been just the one of us were it not for you and her, so thank you.
well, any more detailed talks can wait for them to be awake. In the
Right.
meantime, I think we will be resting in town for some time.
Of course,
As I imagine they will need to as well.
as we all will. As far as I'm aware, the bishop and the 4 clerics arrived with the 4 Warforged. Don't know precisely why they were there, but they were welcomed by King Byron. Were not made privy to the machination crown.
Interesting. Well, where shall we meet with you and the Tarstacks to discuss?
Infirmary.
Yeah, he just kind of points over to a small, kind of squat building. That's sort of a medical center. Tomorrow morning, hopefully one of them will be awake by that point.
Hopefully. We'll meet you then.
He just kind of gives you the salute of the master with the 3 fingers across the forehead. Walks off.
Rook, you have until tomorrow to decide how much you want to tell Ben.
Ben already knows quite a bit about me.
And these people?
Not about these people. They're... I just know that they were shit people. And that they worked at the factory in Dressler.
Right.
But, well, Lido certainly took a large hit today, so... I hate to see what falls next. But, willing to help out Ben as much as I can. He's been a good man to me.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Celeste, would you like to go talk to those clerics?
Are the clerics conscious currently?
They are. They're just kind of sitting there.
Seems more your purview than mine.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them.
You see these 2 kind of very typical God's Hold looking individuals. You know, kind of slender, but well built, still kind of broad. broad in the shoulders but slender the rest of the way around. Blonde hair, humans.
Before I walk up to them, can I actually go over to Rook real quick? Rook, I don't know if you have anything on the fly, but could you would you be able to quickly just modify my face a little bit? I don't know. I'm a bit worried if they recognize me or not.
Oh, sure.
So,
Grab my disguise
apologies.
kit.
Yeah.
Do a quick
As
quick
we're
touch
looking-
up there.
We look over and Rook's just doing her makeup. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
They already
"Wow."
saw you, but you can kind of
look up.
adjust your face a little bit. And, yeah.
Just something,
Just kind of
yeah.
do some contouring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
enough to get the job
alright.
done with these shell-shocked individuals.
Good enough. They shouldn't notice.
Okay, thanks. I'll
Of course.
go ahead and go over. Hello there. If I wanted to ask some questions and make sure you're both okay, but if you guys would rather rest for right now, I would understand.
You see this, the man just kind of like looking down a little bit. I mean, we could answer some questions.
Oh, thank you. I'm Celeste. Honestly, I was just with my traveling companions before all this happened, and we're struggling for answers. And you guys have anything
I'm
that?
Jeffrey, this is Marion.
Nice to meet both of you, and I'm sorry you had to deal with this.
We were just brought here along with the bishop. We don't really know why. He just said we were going to come to this meeting and need protection.
So you guys traveled all the way over here for this, and I heard tale that you guys traveled with the Warforged that were over there?
Yes, he said that he was bringing them for protection as well.
Okay. Well, shoot. Before everything went down, do you know what was being talked about in the meeting? Like, was the bishop involved at all, or was he just being an observer for the meeting?
Well, I think he was going to speak to some of the issues that the king was talking about, but didn't get much of a chance to. The king was saying that he had dreams about really disturbing dreams for the last couple of months about invading Warforged and about war vessels flying across the skies and laying waste to towns and its people. And he was saying that he wanted to start thinking about shoring up some defenses and protecting the clergymen of both churches in his nation, and trying to stockpile resources and try and use not rely so much on the gridliners. He was a little bit frenzied, seemed very unnerved.
I see. And those dreams I didn't really comment on them. They just seem out of left fields, I guess. But maybe I've been traveling for a while. Has anything happened in Godsold or Seldenbrock that would indicate something like that?
Not that I can really say. Oh, we just studying.
Hmm. Well, that's all I could really think of. I mean, if that was what happened before the meeting and then tragedy struck. If you need anything else from me, please just let me know. I Did anyone else from the church know you all were going? Like, was this an ordained thing or something the bishop himself decided to do?
I think the bishop was told to come by the high priestess.
Oh, I see.
For somebody of... We don't know exactly what, but it sounded like he was... Somebody... A church representative was requested by the king. From what we understand, to bear witness and to answer questions or alleviate concerns or something. I don't really know, but the high priestess sent the bishop.
Well, and out of character, can I just do bare minimum insight check?
Go
I
for it.
wouldn't presume that they're telling the truth, considering they're shell shocked to hell.
Yeah, this is these people are probably like maybe in their early 20s. Definitely have not really seen the outside of a building very much. And they just, yeah, they're completely taken aback by this. You don't really think they have the capacity to think up a lie right now.
That checks. Alright, well... If there's anything else you think would be... We're supposed to talk to some guards tomorrow and continue to figure out this mess. Get some rest, and if you need anything from me and my friends, please let me know.
Okay. He just kind of like grabs her and they just kind of like shuffle off in a seemingly random direction. That Warforged just kind of walks after them.
Okay. I'll go back to the group.
I was gonna try to talk to the Warforged, but I
You
didn't want
can.
to interrupt while she was going. Walk up to it. I guess it could be like while she was talking to them.
Yep.
Would have gone
It just
up
kind of
first.
turns to you.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you from?
This unit originated in Drexler.
Where were you sent here from?
Assignment took place in Godshold.
Who were you assigned with?
The bishop.
How long had you been in God's Hold?
You do not have authorization for that information.
I'll hold up the little BI token. Try and do it somewhat subtly so
Sure.
that Rook may not notice.
6 days.
Who brought you there?
We brought ourselves.
Under orders from?
Blackmire Industries.
How many were there other than you?
3.
Did that check with all the ones I saw in the room?
Yep, there were 4 total.
Okay. Were your duties just to do whatever the bishop said?
Protect, watch.
Report?
There was no mention of further assignment.
What do you do now that the one you were assigned to is gone?
Protect those I signed with. Just kind of points over at the 2 clerics. Await further instruction from BI.
All right. Actually, Rook,
Yes.
come over here. You might have more intelligent questions than I do.
Come over. Hey, what's up?
Hello.
And to the Warforged, answer him as you would me. And put the thing away. Do you have anything you want to know? Apparently he was in God's Hold for 6 days on order from BI with the church.
Where'd you originate?
This unit originated in Drexler.
You recognize me?
There is data on one matching your appearance. I assume you're not still disguised as Harl.
No, it would have faded off by now.
Okay.
But I would have taken it off anyways.
Okay. I mean, it'll last an hour. It probably wouldn't have faded yet.
Okay, then I would have taken it off before
Okay.
I came by.
I figured.
Yeah. Were you sent here under... Did you know about Harl being here?
Harl Yurik.
Yes.
No, but that aligns with data.
What day would that be?
Mission reports from Yurik and Idler and others on the King Project.
King Project is ongoing.
Consistently for 24 years, nearly,
What's the King Project?
seeking out Isaac Zelton. Him.
Who's Isaac Selton?
This one.
Yes.
Who was he to you before?
Engineer, inventor, previous monarch.
So, what happens at the end of the King Project? What's the
It is
goal?
ongoing. To find him, bring him back.
And then?
This unit is not privy to that information.
Fair enough. I can see that. Did you know that there's an awakening happening with you?
This unit is forbidden to speak on such matters.
Yeah,
Forbidden
that's
by
fair.
who?
Protocol.
I don't suppose that I would have any say into your protocol, being the monarch.
No.
Wouldn't think so.
This one would.
Then explain.
These are surmising, no longer fact-based conjecture. This unit seems to believe that bringing Zelton back is a way of cleaning up messes that occurred in the events that directly followed the surge.
How much do you know about the surge?
Very little. Massive energy centered around conflux points and the lattice. Many projects interrupted. Many projects started. Zelton worked on something secret very few know about. With his son. He called him his son.
What do you know of a man named Clifford Simber?
Name not in database.
That checks.
Your orders were going to be to remain with those that traveled with the bishop until you had new orders.
Yes.
I will issue you new orders. Protect him instead of those. Answer his
Affirmative.
questions with the same protocol and authorities that you would me.
Affirmative.
Where is Hall York stationed?
Usually Drexler, but he roams. You just hear this as the crow just lands on the Warforged's head. Tink, tink.
Well, I have no further questions at the moment.
All right. Well, you may come with us.
Affirmative.
Would you like a name?
This unit is designated 512.
Oh. Well, we'll think of something.
Would you like him to use your other name in front of the others?
This unit does not have such preferences.
No, that was to Rook.
Yeah.
Would you like to be called Roger?
No, would you like him to use your other name in front of Celeste?
No, I don't. But I'm asking him if he wants to be called Roger.
This unit has no such preferences.
Alright, forget the number. Your new name is Roger.
Alias designated.
Thank you. Come with me.
Affirmative. What was your Raven's name?
Fred.
So we have Fred and Roger now?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
We gotta have some real names in
It
here.
is a
Yeah.
beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll just walk over to Millicent. Hey, Millicent, the new friend. He
Oh.
accepted the name Roger.
Hi, Roger. Just like wait, five. Oh, wow. Very different from Cinder.
Millicent is an excellent friend, Roger.
Acknowledged.
If she's ever in trouble, you protect her.
Acknowledged.
Fred's
That's
okay too.
rude.
Fred's the crow on you.
Yeah.
Raven. Whatever, I don't give a shit.
Acknowledged. Hierarchy of Protectorate. Woodman.
Mhm.
Rook. Millicent. Fred.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct.
Acknowledged.
Stole that away. Alright. Well. I imagine by this time Celeste will be coming back.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the Warforged
So-
does not walk off with the other two.
Yeah, that was what I was like, well, wait, hold on.
I forgot you had that.
I didn't.
Now you have a friend.
Yeah.
Yes, Roger. The name will live.
Roger,
Yes.
Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Your last name is Roger.
The battle
Yeah.
droid.
Well, Celeste, how'd that go?
It's about, I mean, well, overall, but as well as you'd expect. They told a lot about the situation. It seems like the king wanted an audience with someone from the high church. So the bishop brought the two clerics and the warforged as protection. And they only got a little bit into the meeting before everything happened.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from Ben what this meeting was up until the.
Well, I do have a little bit of that information at least.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's initially started off, at least for the parts that the clerics were privy to. The king was saying that he was having dreams about, like, warforged ships, and it's basically like a wolf from the Black Mires. Apparently the king had intentions of wanting to protect both churches, which I was,
That
Surprise
sounds like
vibe.
him.
yeah, but I'm grateful for. And that was about the extent of what they heard before it went down.
Hmm.
So he had dreams about ships,
Yeah,
and he wanted to protect the churches.
yeah, just
Interesting emergency meeting.
yeah. Though, considering the state of things, it's not anything I find super outlandish.
No, not at all.
And the fact that the now building is it's now blown up gives both credence and vast amount of concern.
Hmm.
And I'm sure Ben will have more information, but also I'm concerned about his mental well-being along with physical.
Is it just us in this immediate vicinity right now.
Sure.
Oh, this is Roger.
Hello.
He's with us right now.
How is he with us? I thought he was guarding the clerics.
No. He's guarding us. Now.
Wood
Am I-
1, Rook, Millicent, Fred.
Yep, that's the order.
Probably
Not me.
Celeste,
Got it.
Millicent, Fred.
All right, Roger. Put Celeste on the list.
Wood
No,
1,
no, you don't.
Rook, Celeste, Millicent, Fred.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh no, you don't have to go out of your way
You
to
don't
do
need
that.
to
I
protect
just won't heal
Millicent before
Rook.
Celeste. If Millicent is dead already, then Celeste is long dead.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
That's true.
Duly
And-
noted.
And Rook is a mere memory at that point, so
Yeah,
I feel like that
definitely.
order is fairly.
Well, being that half of you have heard some of it thus far, good friend Roger, would you like to explain to them who I am?
This one is Isaac Zelton, former engineer and inventor, former second in line to throne of Zeltenbrock, prior to BI takeover 60 years hence.
Oh,
Hi.
Okay, now it's coming together,
Codename King.
I think. Okay.
Oh, Roger, have you heard anything on the one that was called Rook?
Ah. Memory banks state that he disappeared in the surge. Some secret project.
Oh, for the...
Secret project being worked on.
Alright.
Who was the original Rook?
Yeah.
It was one of the first that awoken.
He was a Warforged?
Yeah.
What did he look like? What number was he?
He did not have a number.
Didn't have one. We didn't really do that with him. He showed some signs of all the things that happen when they awaken, and we tested for signs of their own consciousness, and she certainly showed to have all of those signs. And not too long after, others started to show those same signs. A lot of shit happened after that, though.
Were you
Such as
still
the
there when
surge.
that was happening?
What? When what was
You-
happening?
The awakening and the surge and all that.
Yes.
Do you recognize? And I'll use the hat because should we do it? I don't think anybody else has it right now. Yeah, I have it again.
I
To
think
look like
so.
4.
I think I do, right? Or
Not 4, no.
okay, then no.
You've heard of him
Not
as
a-
somebody who worked very closely with Rusty.
Yes, okay. I've heard of. Oh well, I guess I don't recognize the figure, so no.
But he's got a number on him, so you can...
Oh, okay. I've heard of that one. Yeah,
Turn back into me.
heard of Rusty too. I was around for that period. Helped him along a little bit too.
Rook is notable among our factory for being the only Warforged reported to have awoken before the surge.
Yeah.
oh.
Don't know whatever happened though. The surge happened. Went missing. Disappeared from the factory.
Searches have resulted in nothing.
Yeah. I've been told by the eye though that he's still alive somewhere.
Anything about
Well-
where?
Not really.
I mean,
Did he not know, or did he choose to not say?
It's kind of hard to tell at the time, but
He seemed pretty forthcoming whenever I asked questions I didn't expect to get answers to. So,
I think Rook's situation's a little different.
I wonder if that has to do with the one blind spot he talked about.
Just might be. So, yeah.
also, I'm not familiar with them, but if you wanted to try, we could try to send to him. May not work, but if you're looking,
That would be great, but I don't know the spell.
I mean, I said I'm not familiar. Actually, out of character, because I was just looking at the spell. It's specifically familiar, so I have to be familiar with that person before doing it.
He can do his
Yeah.
best to make you familiar with him.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. Alright, you can try images, drawings. Like I said, it might not work, but if you're trying to
Also,
find him.
worth noting that those of you guys who are familiar with the Warforged, this one is a little bit different than most of the ones that you've seen. Like, he's pretty kitted out. He's got, like, a sword and, like, an arm blade, and looks like he's got a javelin at his back and, like, a shield.
Roger does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
an action.
Roger.
So all
Southern
the ones that we
Warforged.
had seen in God's Hold when we were there were like workers, right?
Yeah,
Just
this
like,
one seems
Right.
more like a soldier.
like a warrior type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's terrifying.
Roger, what weaponry do you have on you right now?
This unit is equipped with an arm blade and a javelin.
Pretty good with those?
Affirmative.
Nice.
What purpose were you originally built for? This guarding that you were doing?
Protection.
Yeah. Imagine that's why I kitted them out with the arm blade.
Yeah. Well, it also looks like the kinds of things soldiers would have.
Affirmative.
Hold on.
What can you tell me about Juliana Blackmire?
Julia.
Julia. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I still get
She
used to
is
names.
low in the industry. She is the daughter of one of the twins. Hang on, I forgot which one. It's either Elfric or Elfgar, I don't remember which. She was interning with communications and spies before being sent to God's Hold to study and to ensure peace between God's Hold and BI. She has not been reported from in a number of weeks. There is mild concern about her whereabouts in the industry.
From her father.
Not from her father.
From?
Other employees in charged with handling her.
What is Hall Urick's station right now? What's his title?
Lead engineer.
Ah.
One of 15 in the factory in Drexler.
But he goes off and does missions.
Yes.
As do the others?
Many of the leads embark on other missions for BI to advance company interests.
Weird.
He also has been experimenting with some of the new defense technology being developed in Onric and Drexler. One of the
Defense technology?
one of the chief battlesmiths
Roger, is the Silver Dame still based in Farburg, or has that moved anywhere?
It is still based in Fairburg.
Fairburg, yeah. Does Kristoff still reside there, or does he go out and about?
Christoph and Andreas remain in Fairburg, to this unit's knowledge.
Can't use him too well then. Fairburg. Also Fairburg. Just damn. Too many of these people reside in Fairburg.
BI's leadership is centrally located in the safest city.
Yes, I know, Roger. I'm just. How are relations with the church at this point, Roger?
Strong.
Yes.
Even with the disappearance of Julia, and how do you think this will impact? Being that one of their people just got killed from a thing that was set by Black
Do you
Mire.
request conjecture?
Yes, I do.
Based on prior knowledge, this will serve as an impetus to combat. Not between BI and the church, however.
Yes. Towards the ladder.
It would seem this way.
Yeah, that's why they sent these people here. So that they could die by them. So they gave them a reason to come and attack the ladder.
That's still a little odd, though. Like,
Well, he was a little lower on it, you know. They must not have cared that much for this guy, the priest, nor these other people who are quite young.
I
They
mean,
have war here, which of course they don't care about.
Technically, that bishop is on the second level of power in the High Church. He's one of the 4 bishops directly underneath the High Priestess.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, he was high up there, and
And to your recollection, Celeste, he was the most sympathetic to the powers that be.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, now he was.
Well, yeah.
But even from a leadership standpoint, the fact that most of the Tarstocks are dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine that this was God's hold as a part of this operation.
No, but
if the one priest sympathetic to the new church was selected by the High Priestess.
Yeah.
Well, to come over here to St. Aleph, where there's both, so I would have been a smart move on her part, but
it also could point the other direction to her.
Could also point that, yes. So it's either both of them, or it's just Blackmire telling God's Hold to send people here so that they can bomb them and say, "Oh, look, they killed all your people. Time to raise up arms."
Who's the leadership of the new church?
There really isn't. You've pretty much met him.
Was it the dude at
the mayor? Is the closest thing they have, but it's pretty much. I mean, it's like asking which chopstick is the fork. Like it's not. It's kind of designed not to have leadership.
Well, then it would seem that in one day here, in one action, they've removed most of their functional resistance to the new church and Blackmire, or that was the intention before we disrupted. Because if they got rid of the one resistance in God's Hold and the main leadership of the ladder, everyone else is already bowing to BI.
Yeah.
And honestly, that makes sense as to why do I keep forgetting her name? Our captain was attacked, because they might have done it for means of, like, intimidation, as opposed to directly destroying the hoppers and make their intentions directly clear. I don't know.
Yurik was looking for me.
Mm.
Well, from the sounds of the King program, everyone
King
who's
program.
out is at least passively looking for you.
Yes. But they were asking at the what was it, the Triumvirate?
Mhm.
They asked about me at the Triumvirate. So they at least gave a description. I don't know if they knew what our ships looked like either, but that could be the reason why they attacked Jensen. Because they knew it was a ship that I had been on.
Oh.
So sorry.
Well, I'm glad we're getting some of this information now.
You're getting quite a bit out of me, actually.
It's true. It's
Mhm.
Not because I wanted to, but because it happened.
Fair. That's kind of important if we're being targeted now by these people.
Well, I didn't know that the King project was still ongoing, and I didn't know that it changed into the directive of finding me. I thought they just thought I disappeared.
What was the directive before it was find you?
Was to go about seeking the awakening and seeing if it all had to do with Rook, the first Warforged.
Do they
But
think
once
That
the
was
surge
a-
happened,
That was a separate project.
oh fuck,
The Castle Project.
Castle project, yes. King project is a new thing then.
This unit believes
Castle
it is so named to belittle the Castle Project.
Yes, yes. They didn't care much for the Castle project.
Correct.
Obviously, because if their war machines were suddenly gaining sentience, that would be bad for them. So
yeah.
Fair.
so? That's
what
what
about you, Roger? You feeling anything?
This unit is uncertain how to answer this question.
Great.
seems like a no.
This unit feels uncertain.
There you
Well,
go,
that's
Roger.
smart.
Feeling. That's
There
a
you go.
feeling.
Just think on that for a little bit, huh?
Is that a new experience for you, Roger?
No.
All
Roger
right.
has been uncertain before.
Yeah.
We'll be uncertain many more times if we drag you along.
Oh, we're dragging Roger along. That's for
Oh.
sure.
Okay.
Roger,
Welcome to the group.
whose orders, if we were to come across them, can supersede mine, based on what I showed you?
Most Blackmires. Few others.
Nice.
So for traveling, helpful, but if you want to get into this, we may want to leave him behind.
I
Yeah.
mean, from most situations, aside from stuff that's directly, Blackmire's targeting us, like, he could probably just guard Genshin and
Who was the person you fought earlier, Rook, in the bar?
Yurik.
Yeah, him. Would somebody like that, one of the engineers, take precedence?
No.
Nice.
So we start there.
Members
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Blackmire family and no others that this unit is aware of.
Man, what the fuck did you show him, Cinder? Or I could ask Roger what you showed him.
I'll take out the token.
He's got a coin, it's like a white gold coin engraved with the insignia of BI, which you know to only belong to extremely high-ranking members of BI. Or members of the family.
Where'd you get that from?
Julia assumed I would have questions that needed answering, and this would get us places.
Ah.
huh.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
he's a
Hello.
big boy.
Beefy lad.
That's
Hello,
Roger.
Roger. Yeah.
Roger, would you like to spar?
Looks at Cinder. Would I?
You answer that yourself, Roger.
Yes, have
Don't.
some.
Don't. Don't hurt her or yourself. But sure.
He just attacks you.
Oh no!
Also,
What?
I just imagine the bird just perched in a little, like...
Yeah, he's just like in that little crevice. And sometimes he just sits right on top of the head there.
Yeah, just on the horn, like, hello.
Well, any more questions?
Are you actually a prince?
Before BI, not anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm not actually a prince.
It was my understanding you were called king for a reason.
That was a nickname. Just Rook and King. That's what names that we used between myself and Rook.
Can I insight check that?
Please.
Yeah,
I'd
I
love
would love
to do that.
to do that.
Also,
From what you've heard about the Zelton family, they were indeed royalty.
And also,
Rook, make a roll
yeah.
of some kind.
also,
I gotta say, what a tangled web you are weaving right now. I don't even know what kind of check this should be.
Yeah.
also,
I'll leave
would
it
I
up
have
to you.
known of the
It really
Sultan-
depended on which question who asked.
Go ahead and roll both.
Okay. Hold on. Let me check.
Also, would I have known about
That-
the Sultan?
Yes.
Or would I have known about Isaac at all, or is that just
From
something
what you
like...
heard, he was the last surviving member of the family and was allowed to work for BI instead of being executed like the rest of his family was when the takeover occurred.
takeover occur before the search?
Correct, about 40 years before.
Okay.
When BI was pretty much founded and turned the country. The country was formerly like a sort of economic monarchy, and it became this sort of technocracy. under
Gotcha.
These
BI.
time scales, I always forget that Rook is an elf, and I'm like, how old is he? All right.
Well,
I know,
he's a
like-
half-elf,
Half-elf.
Half-elf.
but-
Okay.
Yeah.
and
They're both
and you
half-elves.
don't really
looks
know
young.
how aging works there because he looks pretty young. Okay, I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Cinder and Millicent,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what the fuck to think.
That's true.
This
That sounds
guy,
right.
you know, he seems like a good guy. He's got some demons in his past, but, you know, he tells a sad story. You've got reason to suspect that he's probably, I mean, so far what he said is true, then it would make sense with what you know about him and what you've heard here. But also, some parts of it just plumb don't make any sense to you. But you're inclined to chalk that up to you just maybe not having the full picture, and maybe you don't really know how things work. Celeste, you're not buying it. Something's fucky.
Can I affect my insight a little bit?
Okay.
So when Julia left us, I eavesdropped in the hallway on Rook and Julia,
Mm-hmm.
and I took notes on that and remember him asking her about Isaac, and she didn't realize he was Isaac, and basically said he was the last rightful heir to Selton Brock should the BIs be removed. Am I remembering that correctly? So Rook's mission to kill all of the family, should that happen, would put him back as king of Selton Brock, right?
If he is who he says he is, then it would, assuming there were people around who would recognize that authority.
Cool. Just making sure that I am tracking that appropriately because, yeah, he weaves a web, so.
Yes. Although, with your passive, he weaves a web. With your general passive insight over the course of this conversation, because you do have fairly high passive insight of 21, his motivations do not seem greed-based or based on a thirst for power. He genuinely wants revenge against these people, and not necessarily because of anything that they may have robbed him of, so much as reasons that seem to you to be... They
killed his family?
They seem deeply personal.
Yeah, that... I believe that. It was just me wanting to try to understand the specifics of his situation because he intentionally obfuscates them. I don't think he's greedy.
Although
I just want to make sure I'm clear.
Him having just said, no, I'm not a prince, raises your hair, were you to have hair. But Celeste, you're hearing all this and you're like, yeah, no, this shit just doesn't make any fucking sense.
That answer feels like a technicality to get us off of the trail.
Well, also, listen, Rick, I'm gonna do you the due respect of A, not casting Zone of Truth because I know you would pass it because come on.
No, he would just not say anything.
I mean, that
just talk
too.
around it.
Yeah, you talk around it. You talk about literally a piece of bread. I don't know. But come on. I'm old enough. I read into history extensively.
No.
Shut up.
Perhaps
that crow. Why did that crow get so?
You mentioned bread.
Perhaps
Oh,
the
fuck.
context doesn't matter. The specifics of his involvement to these people is not going to change what he's going to ask us to do.
No, but
And-
also, listen, if we're going to do things, I want to have a clear picture of what we're doing and at least have a better context as to why for certain things I might not morally agree with. For the most part, I'm on
Well,
board.
Yes, I think you have plenty of reason to be morally on board with it.
I mean, yes, but
You just saw them. Yeah.
yes, I get that, but we're gonna get into deeper and deeper situations, and if there's a wave, like if there's a web of bullshit,
All that's happened today is that they've escalated things, and that you've learned that they specifically want me found. So we've added one more thing to the pile that they don't like.
And that they found you and escaped. So somebody
Yes, well,
soon is
that's
going
it.
to receive a report that you are in the ladder.
Yeah.
what I'm getting at though is just
Should have killed
if
him.
there are things you'd rather not talk about because you're uncomfortable, I'd rather you say that than weave some bullshit that I can pick up on, but I'm not gonna get any answers for.
I'll keep that in mind, Celeste.
Thanks. Okay.
It's the same as we've always said. It doesn't. If it matters, bring it up. If it's not going to change anything, then the specifics, it's like we were talking about before all this happened, Celeste. The specifics of each of us and why we do what we do isn't going to change what we have to do. So if it comes to a point where it's going to change things, like it did for him today, tell us more. If it's just a personal matter, I don't need to know, and that's fine.
You say that, but then this caught us off guard. Okay.
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Had we known he was Isaac Zelton sans Rook before this, it would not have changed how the events of today would have unfolded. They weren't here for him, they were here for the ladder. The complication is that they found him, so now we understand it and we can move forward with that information. It wouldn't have changed how things played out. In his defense, we didn't need to know yet. Now we do.
I'm just saying, like, you see the spear just kind of pops up on your shoulder. We know literally everything about all these other people except for this guy.
Well, I think we really all know what we need to know about Millicent.
Not much.
Which is
I
basically
don't
everything.
even know.
And this guy's told you everything there is to tell? Seems like she has too.
Listen, I get where you're going for, Cinder, but we're
It's all about trust, buddy. Come on.
yes, that.
I'm just gonna get back inside
All
now.
about trust.
Thank you. I do appreciate your added commentary.
I'm with you, sister.
I have nothing more to add at this time.
Oh,
I don't think it's really important.
okay. I will hold true to my word and continue with that. Just stand there looking vaguely frustrated.
Full
But
disclosure, I still don't care about the politics in BI and their history on that continent. I'm there for the factories and that information, and it seems like this is going to be the best way to get it. But just so we're clear, I'm not invested in them being bad people. That's a them problem and a you problem. But
Oh, I
I'll
know.
travel with you as much as you
Mhm.
need.
feels like them being bad people is a Skylands problem, but yeah. Sure.
Place I intend to leave.
Fair enough. But still has the factories in it. And all the Warforged under their
That's
thumb.
what I want to explore.
Great. Well, what with today? Kind of put going to Sutton Rock a little higher on my list, to be quite honest.
Are we more capable or more ready than we were last time we talked about it?
Not really, but
Wasn't
here's
there
my
information we were going to get in Tycon that was supposed to play into that plan?
yes. Those are my two thought processes. Is that we go to Sutton Rock now, and I do some things that I do, but with certain people on my list, but that wouldn't really help banner the latter any much, other than it would disrupt things over at BI. If we went to Tycon, I honestly, at this point, this one of the leaders in Tycon, they're kind of in it for the same stuff that they kind of stand, I think, for the same stuff that the ladder does. And I think that they could get along pretty well and maybe make some sort of alliance so that the ladder doesn't just get completely fucked. I don't know.
I would also put in a note that we're probably going to be here a week anyhow for both getting, talking to Ben and recouping from, well, we're going to have to spend some amount of time resting, and I'm going to imagine something's going to happen in the next, at least, weeks or month of just travel will probably get harder soon.
I think as soon as Ben and his father are able to move, we collect them and the remaining guards and get them out of this place, because those people who did this saw Rook and teleported away and ostensibly have the ability to teleport back. So if we spend a week here, the problem's going to come back to us and we need to be somewhere else. Because they were here to do a job, and the fact that those two are alive means the job's not done.
I think they should go to St. Bernard. Be harder for them to get to there than most places on their attack ships.
I would almost venture to say they should leave the ladder, but I don't know where to go. Wasn't there that monastery in
St. Edwin?
Yeah, on the mountain?
Maybe. I don't think they should leave the ladder. They're the people in charge of the country. They can't just leave it at a time like this.
They don't help it if they're dead.
No, but having access to resources.
They don't have it if they're not here, though. It's going to be up to them either way.
True.
Don't know what this place has access to. I don't know what they're dealing with. Other than Blackmire, but
Either way, they shouldn't be here.
either
There's
way,
nothing wrong.
I agree that they shouldn't be here and they think they left. Yes. I guess let's see what they say when they wake up. And I could go for a drink.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I need some meat.
Cinder, you can go sit down with us at the very least.
Sure.
Roger,
Yes.
would you like to come sit down at a bar with us?
This unit does not have preferences.
Just say yes or no, Roger.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go. I'll find one that maybe isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, you can find at one where there are, a decent number of people drinking at this point, but people will make space for you guys. They seem to recognize you.
Damn it, Millicent. I really should have poisoned that guy. I had the chance, but I wanted to keep him to talk.
Yeah, I mean, we got
This is
some
what happens
information.
when I just don't instantly murder people.
Yeah. He did really good trying to block off our attacks, though, so that made it really difficult.
Yes, his spells were quite annoying. I should learn some of those.
We should, because I was getting more and more angry when I couldn't hit him.
I saw that. Well,
Fine.
let's have a drink. Down some.
You guys can drink to your heart's delight.
There's nothing else for us tonight. I'm just gonna go upstairs and hit the sack, I think.
Probably do the same.
Right. Roger, I guess, do you want to stick with Cinder for the night? I don't know.
Keep watch on them here.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Just keep watch in this area in the hallway.
Sentry
if
mode.
things happen. Sentry.
He just kind of stands and just kind of starts walking around, patrolling.
Well, I'm sure the innkeeper won't mind.
They'll get over it.
Yeah. Sleep.
All right, you guys get a short rest.
I would go spend the night in the infirmary and just do my little sentry mode there, just
Okay.
watching them. And if I can help in any way, like medically, do that periodically. Otherwise, just be there for when they wake up.
The best help that you can essentially provide here is giving the members of the Redoubt a little chance to rest and keep watch.
Also fine.
All right, next morning. Anyway,
Yeah.
exciting stuff. You guys kind of go about your usual activities. You see people doing their best to clean up, doing their best to, rebuild where they can. It's pretty much just the meeting hall took the brunt of the beating. Some of the small market stalls nearby got wrecked as well, so you see people putting those things back together. There is a small kind of mass grave forming for some of the less important people who died, and a sort of pyre going for that seems to be underway for the more important people. Guys, also see there is a rather large gathering of people around a small stall that seems to be handing out something.
Oh boy. Go over there.
Seems to be a newspaper stand.
Yeah.
They seem
What
to
kind
have
of newspaper?
they seem to have some one of those like magical tube things that they can use to transport things from Zeltenbrock. And they are giving people out the latest issue of the paper.
The Silver Dame, by chance?
That'd be the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
I don't like these reactions, but it's not loading for me. Oh, there we go.
What does it say? I see pictures.
Tarsax Claire
Pick up
War.
someone.
God damn it. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not good. They're pinning. They're pinning,
Here, why not, just for the sake of stream, Celeste, why don't you go ahead and read that for Millicent? Because we'll say she can't read it.
Yeah, okay.
Too many
You know
big
some word.
words.
Too many big words for Millicent.
Alright, King Byron's warmongering machinations result in catastrophic destruction in St. Aelith. Basically, they're pinning this on the Tarstack patriarchy, and, do you want me to read the entire paragraph, or you want me to just summarize it in Cliff Notes?
Do whatever you feel like.
I'm
whatever
gonna
you feel
summarize it
like.
then.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. So, both Godsold and Blackmire speak out against the Tarstacks, and blame is entirely going to the Tarstacks. They're pinning it on Byron's son-in-law, so, you know, our friend's dad, and, yeah, I'm not surprised by this.
Saying that basically that they should go on like a crusade against the other church is
Yeah.
what they're saying that the king said.
Several high-ranking BI officials attended the conference to ascertain who. Is that just a lie?
Probably. I mean,
Possibly.
we didn't see anyone in there that's had those markings, and I guess we could.
Who's running the stall? Does it look like a person from the ladder?
It does. It's just.
Why are you giving these out?
Yeah.
We gotta know what the hell they're saying, don't we?
It's
Everybody here.
People,
everybody here knows what happened.
You're informing people as you give them this that it's bullshit, right?
It says Fairburg on the top.
Good. Fair enough. Just making sure.
These people know.
And people generally seem to be pissed off by this. Nobody seems to really believe what's in here.
There's just keep on it.
Tantalized by the cockroach? Cockroach king? Oh.
That is correct. Cockroach King isn't all that bad. I don't know.
What do you mean?
He's not that bad of a guy.
Why do you know that?
Why do you think?
Why is this entire paper about you? And your background? Does that have any relation to all of the rest of this shit?
Oh, the Cockroach King?
And his apparent group?
Not really. I mean, not that I'm aware.
So is that just like a hobby
The Cockroach
for you?
King is some... they are people that do some thieving and stuff in Zeltenbrock, but I mean, to the right people.
Former violent oligarchs of this great nation, the Sultan family. Do you
What?
know him personally?
I don't think we actually met. Just met Midas, one of his right hands.
Hmm.
Well, the only upside to this is that there's currently not a page with our faces on it yet. I'm gonna give that a short time before that happens.
I got the next newspaper.
How often are these printed? Weekly? Daily?
It's usually once a month,
Okay.
but this is a special issue.
Oh, of course.
Next month, my face will be on there for sure.
Good.
Just a hunch, I guess. Or at least something about me. Well, they really don't like me.
No,
They sure don't.
sounds like it.
Well, good. Fuck those guys.
Hmm.
Hey, Matthew, can you identify that one so I can pull it up later? Thank you.
There'll be more.
Let's go see if Ben and his father are awake.
Yeah, yeah. We should all head over there. They requested our presence.
You guys make your way back there. You see the large bald guy, Nathan, as well as Indira, Ben's personal bodyguard, is kind of standing on either side. They seem to be engaged in conversation. The Ben is up, seems to be propped up on a number of pillows, bandaged pretty much all over. He's just got like really ragged pants on, and otherwise he's just got bandages all over. His chest is extremely burnt up. You can see his club foot looks even worse. And also, kind of parked at the foot of the bed is a familiar gnomish man in a wheelchair, who also seems to be part of the conversation. As you guys come in, you see him just kind of turn over to you guys. I was wondering when you guys were going to come.
Mayor?
Hello.
I was a little bit concerned after I contacted you the other day, so I thought I'd come by.
Yeah, they paid a visit.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Yeah. You see Ben just kind of looks over at you guys. Just,
Hey, Ben.
hi.
Are you okay?
I don't think okay.
Oh, tremendous. They got me on some stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, I am. It is. How's your father?
Unconscious still.
Does that seem like something that healing could help with?
I mean, you see one of the kind of apothecaries tending to him just looks up at you. There's only so much we can do. He took quite a shock to the system.
Magical healing sometimes can help overcome such things. Would
Do you
that?
have any?
I'm gonna
I
summon
could
a
do
spirit.
another. Oh, or could also just do the preserve life again. If
Whatever
want,
can
I was-
do.
I've got 1/3 left, and with him out, I get an extra
I
little bit.
get it every short rest, so
Do yours first, see if that works.
go ahead and do that then.
You see some more of the burns start to scar up and close, and kind of lets out a grumble, but doesn't come to. It looks a little bit better, though.
How much do you give him with that? It's like relative to your cleric level or something?
You can get him up to
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily a matter of hit points. It's pretty much just he took an enormous beating from the fire and just needs some time to recuperate in general.
Yeah, it was more just hoping that we could get him.
It looks like
Cogent.
he'll be back within the day.
Oh wow. Well, I was hoping he would wake up today.
Yeah, me too, man.
We were talking. We
Aye.
think we need to move you somewhere else.
Where?
Somewhere else in the ladder.
The people that did this will probably find out that the job wasn't done.
What was the
Eh.
job exactly? Is it just to kill all of us?
More
Show
or
'em the
less.
paper.
Oh,
Yeah.
just kind of takes a second. Well, that's good.
Anybody who was in that meeting who can know if this isn't true.
I mean, anybody in the fucking town is gonna know it's not true.
Yeah.
Don't think they care.
Actually, seeing the paper, I don't know if they actually would come and finish the job. The job is kind of done. The paper was the job.
Yeah, let me see that. Like tosses it down to the.
The reason to start the war. That's all that this was for. I imagine by this point they'll just.
They'll be back for you.
For me, perhaps, but.
Why for you?
not-
Oh, do they know?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't imagine that'll cause too much trouble for Ben then, though.
I mean, they're gonna cause hella trouble for me, but
If they come
I
back
mean,
here looking for you,
Specifically towards coming for me.
if they come here looking for you and find that the new regent of the ladder is alive and recuperating,
if they
don't
wanna,
imagine that encounter would go well.
if they wanna send somebody, from what they tell me, this somebody showed up, blew the place up, and fucked off. If they can
Yeah.
do that, they can
Yeah,
do
Cliffy
that
can come here
anywhere.
any fucking time.
They could do that anywhere.
They would just need to know where you are.
So they would scry on me.
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
I'm not gonna leave this place. It's this is the seat of power. I have to be here.
I feel like they couldn't give too much of a shit if they're alive right now, but obviously they're gonna come to finish the job when they actually send people over here to attack. Like for the war.
Yeah. I haven't really.
I think
You have a lot to process still.
Yeah.
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 Fuck, man. It shouldn't have been me.
Come on,
We
Ben.
did.
No,
Sorry.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Anybody else in my family could have done something.
Well, you're what the ladder has right now, Ben, so let's try to make the best of this.
Yeah, it's easy to say that.
I know.
I appreciate it. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot.
From what we're learning recently, apparently, if there's anybody here who could speak to it, we've spent some time making the best of it.
I know. Yeah.
Still got your father.
Thank you guys for that.
Sorry we couldn't do more.
I'm sorry I couldn't
So
do
what-
more.
So with that, Ben, more or less, it won't just be you trying to do all this.
Yeah.
I'm more than confident your father can help you with leading in
Yeah.
any sort of capacity.
He's always been more of an engineer, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
An advisor all the same. And
Yes, absolutely.
if Seltenbrock is looking for trouble, having an engineer advisor would not be a bad thing right now.
You hear from down below at the foot of the bed. Yeah, and I'm gonna stick around too. I think it's probably for the best.
Oh, I think it would be for the
I
best.
do have a little bit of experience in that regard as well, if you'll have me. Yeah, please.
We would help, but I think our presence would only complicate things.
Agreed.
I don't how so? I mean,
Just point at Rook.
yeah, well, I mean, we're on the same side now, right? Like,
Yes, but would you like me to to start talking over some plans that we have now, or wait till your father gets up?
it's fine. He's not gonna. Just go. Shoot. Start.
Here's a real wild idea that I have.
Okay.
So, down in Mistreach,
Yeah.
what if, there was some potential for an alliance?
I have heard that Ophelia Elsinore is sympathetic to the powers.
Yeah. Not doing so hot with the others up there, but I imagine maybe if we could find some way for her to get in contact with you guys, I feel like I feel like she could help. That's all.
Does kind of line. We were talking, me and Dira and Nathan, about something similar. I don't know how involved you all really want to be in all of this, but the Redoubt, they protected us, and they also kind of served as people that would act in our interest. If you guys were at all interested in that, then you guys could kind of act on my behalf out there with people like Ophelia. The reason why I suggest it is because if I give you some kind of position in an official capacity, it will come with a salary.
I would accept, but I plan to do not so great things. I don't know if that would
Killing my enemies?
Fair enough.
Like, they just blew up my whole family. I don't give a fuck what you do to them.
Not just the Blackmires, Ben.
Okay, who else?
I don't want to kill people. I don't want to kill other people and have it come back on you. That's all.
No, it would be, be between us in this room. I mean, it's,
all right.
covert or whatever. I don't care. I want to make sure that you people will stick on my side because you guys are strong and need strong people.
Also, to give some credence, anything that's got to become public, if someone farts the wrong way, it'd probably get pinned back on either the latter or
yes,
That's
fair.
Here's the deal. Yeah, exactly. From that fucking newspaper, the people that are out there who don't know anything about what's actually going on here are gonna think the way that they think about us, regardless of what you or I or anybody else does. I reckon there's about 1,000 people in the Skybound lands right now who want me dead. If they know that I'm alive.
Well then, Ben, I'd love to be part of the Redoubt.
Then welcome aboard.
You said you had a similar idea to the Ophelia thing. Did you have any other ideas as to alliances?
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, worked a little bit with Bruges.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be kind of helping folks out around Zeltenbrock area. And I did actually hear. I've been working with Gatsby a bit on the side. You see, the two people in the Nathan and Indira just kind of look down at him like, "What the fuck?" Like, he mentioned somebody that might be kind of helpful, somebody that might be a little sympathetic. In that she used to be in the intrusion. She spent some time in Tychon. Now I think she's in Severik somewhere.
Oh. Don't suppose she knew where in Severik?
No. But
Great.
apparently she was pretty tough. She just kind of went off on a mission at one point and fucked off for a while. She was the only one that survived of that crowd. They were in Fall Off Flats in Tychon. But apparently she was the person to go to, about 20 years ago if you needed shit done against the Blackmires. And I guess they just recently found out she's still kicking.
Could we speak to this person to figure out more?
If you could find her, yeah.
I mean, the person who told you this information, Gatsby?
Gatsby is pretty secretive. I mean, he's one of the right hands of good old CK. But if you wanted to get more direct information from them, you could try and
Forsberg?
You could try to set something up, and it would have to be somewhere in Three Brothers is usually where they've been hiding out lately.
Oh, that works. Plan to make one of the Three Brothers my first stops in Zeltenbrock anyways, so.
Gotta be careful. Operate quietly.
That's my expertise, Ben. I don't suppose I could get any access to alchemical plants from the Redoubt or something. I don't know.
Hang on.
Don't imagine they give me any poison because that doesn't seem very likely.
I mean, if you're welcome to whatever we got that's in town. I mean, we're going into DEF CON mode, so
Whatever's in town for free?
yeah, fuck it, man. You're in the Redoubt. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want.
All right.
Hook you up with one of those fancy capes. Can we get Nathan? Can we get him a cape? 4 capes?
I would love a fancy cape.
4 capes? Where do you get those capes from? We had them made by the tailor. Well, get them capes.
Get on it, Nathan.
You don't outrank him. He's the captain. You gotta it's okay.
Sorry, Nathan.
He just grumbles and walks out of the building. He feels conflicted because he feels like he let the people who are dead down by letting them get dead. So I am really tired. Yeah, you look kind of like hell, buddy. No offense. I feel like hell.
Ben, do you want us to stay here for a little bit?
That would be great.
All right. Guess we can wait on those fancy capes.
A week then.
Seems you're not.
After
Well,
a bit, his dad would kind of come to and start waking up. It takes him quite a while to really get to a place where he's fully conscious, but eventually he does. He looks real bad. Like the whole left side of his face is like melted.
Oh,
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
I feel like I fell into a volcano.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You look like you fell into a volcano.
Yeah, that's what I was
Benji!
gonna say.
Yeah. Why don't you guys go? You just kind of go take a walk while I tell him all of this stuff.
All right.
yeah.
After that, you can ask him if he still wants us to do that job that he talked about. All right, see ya.
I already know the answer.
I'll go get some free plants.
You guys get some free plants. What are you looking for?
I don't know. Hold on, let me pull up the list.
All right, we can work on that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be relevant at this point.
also, yeah, in our week downtime,
Yep, you guys can take a long rest.
if you like,
Mm.
I brought one spell just to try out, just something that I thought might interest you. I can grow plants.
Oh.
Oh, it's a really high level for me right now. So it's
Yeah?
really only going to be like if we have any leftovers.
Yeah, yes, of course.
And
Yeah.
I happen to have one
Oh,
left
it just
over.
happens to have one. Yes, that's crazy. Yeah, I'd love to try that.
We'd have to experiment with it. I don't know how it to work, but
Okay.
we can see what we can find.
We can start with something simple.
What is this spell that you're talking about?
Plant growth, 3rd level. So its base effects is you can just use it immediately to like grow a bunch of plants in the area, but it's whatever would naturally grow in that area. Or you can cast it over 8 hours to like improve the land and have all of the things grow better for a year. I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to like direct it like I want to grow this kind of plant, and like I don't assume I'd have that
Likely
level
not.
of control over it. But if we were to go march around in the woods and find one of those plants he wanted, could I do the instantaneous in the area and just grow a bunch of plants in the area and
Yeah,
see
probably.
if it generated more?
Yeah, makes sense to
So
me.
if you wanted to spend some time and find something that interested you, I could probably make some more of it.
As a question, then, what exactly would the effect of a debilitating poison be?
Oh God.
I believe
What
that
question?
one reduces like ability scores.
Okay, so that'd be something along the lines of the worm blood venom thing that I have.
Yeah, let me check and see
That-
what the hell I wrote for that.
Okay. Either that or DOT poison,
Damage over time.
whichever time. Yeah. All right, if we could find some more basilisk breath, that'd be great. The paralysis poison, but
Well, let's just spend a day on this rest looking around, and when we find something that interests you, I'll give it a shot.
all right.
Also, could I, before the long rest ends, could I use? I had like one. I'd imagine that I used all the rest of my spells, but had one 3rd level left. If that was okay for ascending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just real quick, I believe the debilitating poison is meant to just like give them disadvantage on ability checks,
Oh, okay.
but you could
Ability.
fuck around with it.
And there's some like amortized poison and amortized healing.
Yeah, so what that means is it spreads the effect out over a longer period of time instead of doing it instantaneously.
Okay.
So instead of healing for 2d4 plus 2, it'll like heal for 1 point over a course of a number of turns.
Okay.
Is it magical?
Yes. Well, it's a
So if
It's a
it's a
it's
heal effect.
herbal. Yeah, it's like herbalism. Those you can make potions of healing with herbalism, and those are considered magic items. So
But if like somebody got knocked out and then next round it gave you a health, like whatever 1 hit point or whatever, back up again.
yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Those
yeah,
are
for
pretty
the initial effect of that amortized one, it would be like you would roll the 2d4 plus 2, and then whatever you got, they would just get 1 hit point for that many rounds, and you could
Okay.
slowly make it better.
So there's really only like a basic poison. Is there other plants that I could find that just does more poison damage, or would that just be?
So you could do.
Or is there at least something that increases? Oh, alchemist supplies modifying.
Yeah.
Oh, but that uses the plants. None of the alchemy things really, like, just straight improves something.
Yeah. So it would just be using more of the basic material.
Oh, okay. Well then, Cinder, hemlock roots we're gonna look for. Poison, poison, poison.
Try to help him find whatever.
Yeah, you can do that over the course of the week here. Who did you want us sending to, Celeste?
One of my old friends. I was gonna type up a message real quick.
All right, that's fine. At some point during this week, Millicent, you get a ring on your rock
Oh,
from
Julia's
Julia.
texting.
hello, Julia.
Or
Okay,
you just
yeah.
hear her say, "I hope all is well. I heard what happened. I did not know any of that."
We're okay for the most part. Dan is ruler and needs help. Kind of not looking good. Hope you're well. I think that's all. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. I'm slowly understanding this thing.
Sit there for 2 minutes. Oh, right.
Oh, right.
It's like, oh yeah. Better than last time. At some point when we all meet up together, just be like, you know how we were talking about some things earlier about a plus person that we need to search for?
Yeah,
That might be in Shaviric.
yeah.
After kind of thinking about it, I think I know this person. We might not need to go searching for more.
Well, go on.
Yeah, that sounds like my mom. She was a part of the intrusion. And
Oh.
based on what you guys said, that kind of sounded like her situation, and she's in Shaviric.
You knew about the
So-
intrusion all this time?
Not really. I just knew my mom was a part of the group at one point, and she, when she met my dad, she broke off from the group because of whatever reasons. Probably whatever my dad is, whatever he's doing. And then they had me, and we were trying to get away from them. And that's how I kind of ended up in Shaviric, and that was kind of it. I don't know what the intrusion did, but just my mom was part of it, and probably need to watch out for them.
What did your mother think of you traveling?
I kind of ran away So, we don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about that. I kind of want to check in on her. And then this kind of happened, and yeah.
I think things are looking like we might be in our best interest to check in with her. You alright with that, Millicent?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I kind of wanted to talk to my mom anyway, and now it seems like there's another thing we can ask her about.
There we go.
Was she down in the mountains that you said were scary?
Well, we're a nomadic tribe, so we kind of move about, but that is kind of one of the areas we are close by.
Suppose we could look at that big old crater thing that Celeste wanted to look into, yeah? The, whatever that's called,
The chasm.
chasm, yeah.
The abyss.
God's Mouth Abyss.
Yeah, that's kind of where I pull up my cube. This thing.
Not quite where you
Right.
found that.
Oh, was it not?
Found that towards the Tempest
Just
Mountains.
It was more just.
I do
JK.
think that we've looked into at least a little bit on the chasm, and it wasn't immediately high up. I just thought it might be noteworthy, but then we got other location ideas, so.
Not immediately noteworthy, but if we're gonna head down there to talk to her mother anyways, we'll be... Sounds like we'll be right next to it.
Wasn't there something about magic that was concerning us about going out there? Something not
No,
being
it's
allowed?
just hard to survive.
Oh, the city to the east, the capital, doesn't allow magic.
Yeah, but we're not near that. If we were
Yeah.
trying to find my mom, we're not near that. So
We don't need to go
it's more like fighting the dangers that are the desert,
Yeah.
all the monsters and stuff. But
Flying over it.
I can't imagine
Don't
that city would aid us in anything, so...
no,
Well-
if they don't like magic.
It
Right.
might.
So they probably would hate the Blackmires and the magical tinkering that they're doing.
I mean, maybe.
And there's not many people I have left that I can trust, but there's someone there.
Then
And,
we can
and
go.
the city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
Elmara,
yeah,
I don't know. Are they still using their magic? Because they're pretty strict with all that. That's kind of where I was raised, so
it's
it's pretty.
not really. I sent to them once, but in the dead of night. That way, be limited chance of them getting caught. But
Mhm. I mean,
We
if we
can-
go as official business from the Tarsacks,
true.
maybe under that, then I don't know. Then we have some kind of power then, instead of just sneaking in if we use magic and get in trouble.
Well, Roger,
Hello.
do you speak the, what's the Shaviric language?
Yeah. This unit
Do you speak that?
is programmed with all languages.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Kick ass.
If you ever hear any of that language, could you please translate it for us?
Affirmative.
Thank you, Roger.
Roger.
Actually, just make that a standing thing. If you hear things in languages that any of us seem to not know, just translate everything. If you speak it anyway.
Affirmative.
Perfect.
That's great.
Well,
So-
sounds like first stop is Shaviric, second stop is Tarkine, and then we see what happens after we hit those two.
This is kind of depend on
Or,
what information.
or
we
rather,
get.
as we're hitting those two.
That's the plan, and then when we are inevitably forced to do something else.
Yes. Although I do want to say that I really would like to visit Zindan. I would like to say sooner rather than later, but it's so far out there.
Zinden was the
That's the
university.
academy. Yeah, yeah.
I also
Because-
have interest in that.
I'd like to make sure that they don't get the grubby mitts all over that.
That was also Turlet, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
a turlet.
we had that one. Yeah.
Yes. We could, in fact, fly up the turlet.
I really hope that we don't have to fly up the toilet.
No, I think we're gonna fly up the turlet.
Let me just pretend for a little bit.
All right.
Also, one thing that had a thought that may never matter, but was curious about it. The king was talking about his dreams of the invasion of Seltenbrock and seeing the Warforged armies and flying warships. Does that sound like Seltenbrock weaponizing hoppers? Because that hasn't sounded like something that's really been a thing up until now.
Well, their gridliners are pretty kitted out.
But those have limitations.
Yeah. But
So-
one of them it has the capabilities of flying straight to St. Aelith, right? After going over God's Hold.
Can it go that far if they destroy their dock or block the dock? Can it get over land in any way?
The lines generally go underground, like into the continent, so they usually can only travel like up to the edge.
Dock to dock.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if he was seeing an attack that
So, yep, then sounds like they're building some weaponized hoppers, perhaps.
something to perhaps
Something
put
akin
Ben's dad
to-
on, or also perhaps something to maybe go to the Isles about? They're the only place that really uses these things, right?
Yeah, but I imagine Dreshla has at least a few of them in their workshops.
Oh, it's not to like deprive the Blackmires of it, but to perhaps hire
Get ideas. Oh,
help to help deal with it. The
oh,
people in the islands
We
are
need
ostensibly
something-
the only ones familiar with flying combat in hoppers at this point, right?
sure, but I don't know why they want to help us.
Offer them the riches of the Blackmires.
I think that they think that we're crazy.
I mean, they're not wrong. But so are the
Um,
Blackmires.
Sure, but I think them thinking that we're crazy means that they don't want to do it. They don't want to risk it.
Like I
Because
said,
they're
maybe it
pretty
wasn't-
far away from Seltenbrock.
fair. It was just a thought.
Maybe if we run into something that we can incentivize them with, that, or like, you know what? If we actually start getting some of these alliances from these other places, then I think definitely they could at least see it as feasible.
Make not a place to start, but maybe once we built up a little legitimacy.
I think so, yeah. I think that could definitely work.
It could also be irrelevant. It was just a thought that I had and figured at this point nothing is off the table because our
No,
plans
it's a-
literally just exploded.
It's a lot of people with a lot of ships. I think it's a good way to go eventually, but maybe not as we go down there now.
No, still Shaveric first, Tychon first. What seems
I think
more
I think Shaviric would be a good start if we know people there that could help us.
we need to talk to Jensen and see if she's still willing to fly us.
Oh yeah, we probably should, shouldn't we?
Make sure she's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how her injuries
maybe we
are.
should check out on the captain. Yeah, let's go
You
find
can
her.
find her in the tap room. She looks mostly better. She's pretty resilient.
Captain.
Oh, hey!
Hey, how are you? How are you feeling today?
You know, I've had better days, but hanging in there. I kind of got up to speed on everything. It's pretty fucked up what those guys did.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Denzel, we have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you still want to be in this adventuring group? You know,
What
like
are
you discussed.
What are you gonna do?
Well, we wanted to go down to Shavirik.
Okay. Like, what are your like overall like?
Oh, well, I want to fuck up all the Blackmires.
Okay, cool. Same.
Okay.
Those guys can eat shit.
Hell yeah. Alright, great. Glad to have you along.
That was easy.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm from this place called Galbear in Tycon. And I had some friends when I was younger that like started to do like magic stuff. And one day this weird dude showed up from BI and like took them. And then when one of them came home, he was really fucked up in the brain. And eventually one day he wandered out into the forest and blew himself up.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds like a visit to Aster.
Yeah. So those guys can pound sand.
Yeah. Oh, great.
All right.
Glad we're all on the same page. We are potentially planning a trip down to Almarna.
That sounds spooky. I mean, it is winter now, so we should be able to mostly fly. Especially if we're flying at like night, we should be able to get around down there.
Okay.
It could be pretty cold.
And then maybe also towards the Spire Lands, the Tempest Mountains, that kind of area.
So like all of it.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Quick pit stop to the God's Mouth Abyss, maybe. I don't know. See what
Then
there is to
actually
see.
all of it. Aside from whatever that little island off to the...
Yeah, we don't need to see Mintalk.
No, absolutely not. Or Spine Valley.
That's maximum security prison.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
Azkaban.
it's not.
I don't want to be there.
Who goes
No.
there?
People
Bad
who
people.
do magic in Almarna mostly.
So is it just criminals of Almarna and Shavirik, or is
Or
it from other places
if-
too?
If you got somebody who does some really, really fucked up stuff that they don't want you in Rise, that's where you go.
Mm.
The bad of the bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
We know a few of those.
So,
I think we definitely have a conversation from Anna.
so potentially someone from Seltenbrock who did terrible things and the BIs don't like could be there.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun person to meet.
Does.
Good luck getting in there.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Things built
Listen,
around a
what-
fucking conflux point.
At this stage, I don't know what is or isn't possible or realistic, but the place we were in just exploded. So I'm just throwing everything out there, and what works, great, and
Yeah.
what doesn't, oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get some better armor.
Yes.
Yes.
I was
You
going
should.
to suggest you should come with us when we go back to talk to the Tarstacks.
Yeah.
Rook joined an organization that I think could benefit you.
Okay.
I'll recommend you.
Cool.
If you're willing to continue working for the people of the ladder, not just with
Hey, these
us.
guys are cool. I've lived in the ladder for a long time.
That would
lived
get
down
you
in St.
funding
Edwin
and
now for a
support
while, but
and
yeah.
supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I reiterate, the Black Miners can piss up a rope.
And they feel
I-
the same
I-
way.
Mhm.
I think you will get along with Ben just fine.
Yeah. You guys can go back and
Yeah.
meet up.
Yeah. Hello, Ben. This is Captain Jensen.
Yeah, I know her.
Can she be part of the?
Sure. I mean that
Nice.
that offer is extended to all of you guys. Anybody who wants basically a cool cape and a title and basically free reign in the ladder. to
Innocent, you want to join?
act on my behalf.
I feel like that'd be complicated for someone like me.
I don't know what that means, but
No,
oh, you mean because of the church?
yeah, because
Well,
of the church.
okay, so I'll tell you this right now, and I have already spoken to what are their names? Dahlgren, Leora, Trenton, and Charlotte. These 4 clerics, 2 high church, 2 powers, folks in town. That is still pretty much priority number 1 for me here. I do not want any internal conflict in my country because we need to stick together, and I don't care, you know, who you follow, or what church you go to, or if you don't at all. As far as I'm concerned, you are a citizen of the ladder first and foremost, and that's that. And they feel the same way and are doing their level best to keep things peaceful between the faiths in town and in the rest of the ladder. Good folks.
In that
Well,
case, sure.
You guys can pick a different color if you don't, because you're going to be working in a slightly different capacity. They were doing the green stuff. You know, that was sort of the classic thing because of the forest, you know, back in the day, the green cloaks would blend into the grass and the trees better, so that's why they're the Jade Redoubt. But if you wanted a different color, that's up to you guys.
Alright, I'll have mine black.
Alright.
Edgy but unsurprising.
Better to stealth with. Millicent,
Yeah.
are you joining?
What group is this?
It's pretty much just my people.
Oh,
Bed
okay.
Squad.
Yeah.
Ben
Ben's-
Squad. Yeah, I'll do Ben Squad.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. Is there will I get to fuck up some BI people? Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I'm here.
Get tongues in.
She's just like, we're not
I'm one-handed.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just kind of looks over at the two of you.
Ben Squad.
Bed Squad?
What?
Hey, Celeste? Come on. Put your hand in there.
Put your hand in there.
And put the
Reach
hand
out.
in.
Gods, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinder?
You're just in it now.
Bed
Is this
Squad?
some sort of obligation, Ben? Because
Basically,
I don't intend
no,
to stay up here.
That's fine. This is weird.
We're just in
No.
the awkwardness
It-
together.
Smolder, put your hand on us.
That one doesn't need a cape.
Bed Squad.
Ben Squad.
You just hear Halvad from the corner. You guys are weird.
Yeah, well. Oh, did you get filled in?
Yeah.
I don't
Sorry for
suppose you
everything.
can make us that bomb.
As soon as I'm out of this bed, that's the first thing I'm working on.
Nice.
That's fair.
We'll be
Sorry,
by
this is-
sometime to pick it up.
Sorry, this had to be your first experience post
Uh,
picking up and everything else
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
sorry.
shit show.
uh, whatever. Distract.
Now I feel bad. I should have brought by a gift of any form of alcohol whatsoever because
That's
there's
Oh, that's alright.
Is
I
that
have
some
got a
meat?
whiskey.
Take it.
You see one of the other members of the Redoubt is just kind of standing there, just like it's the woman that you guys pulled from the fire. She just kind of
Oh.
picks up a couple of like basically like paper cups and just sets out a few. You see, like they just kind of like Ben and his dad just kind of reach across to each other's beds and just kind of. All right, so we'll just call you guys the redoubt period. There doesn't got to be a color in front of it. I just like to just call it that. Simple. It's supposed to be. It means a temporary fortress, which seems like a good descriptor. Anyway.
Nice.
So, what were you guys gonna head and do?
Right. So we had some talks. How do you feel about Almana?
I mean, it's dangerous. I don't know really much of what goes on there. You mean like as a potential ally?
What if they could be allies?
If they could be, that'd be great, but I don't know. Nobody really knows what goes on in there.
Well, we're just gonna find out.
All right. Do you think you're gonna find that person that Gatsby mentioned in there?
Possibly. Or possibly just around the area.
All right.
I'm gonna do a little exploring on that side.
Okay.
And then to Tycon.
All right.
Yeah, I made you those sending stones. You want to leave one of them with me and Benji?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Did you get the package I left for you?
I believe so.
With the
The scrolls,
Oh yes.
the circles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He didn't give us any like scrolls to use them with,
He
right?
gave you 2.
Oh, two. He did. Okay.
2 scrolls, teleportation circle, and a handful of glyphs that I forgot to write down. So I'm hoping one of you did.
If not, they're in the recording.
If not, they're in the recording.
Yeah. That.
Yes. Well, that will be
Benefit of doing
helpful
this.
because one of them is in Tycon. So
Good way to get around.
yeah. Oh, the one that was in Zindan, is that near the toilet entrance, or is that just smack dab in it?
It's not in the academy. Just in the town.
Oh, okay.
See,
That's good then.
see that Afra, the bodyguard in the room. I probably shouldn't be privy to this conversation.
Ah, shut up. You're in the soup now, kid.
Just, I don't know, drink some more whiskey or something. I don't. Okay. Well, great. I feel like that can be our way up there after we're done. I guess in Mistreach, but that's a long ways off. So let's.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be here. Before you head off, while you're kind of finishing up your week of resting up here, just let me know if there's anything you need that we can get for you, equipment-wise. And
Captain needs better armor.
okay,
I'd like another healer's kit.
okay.
Mine's almost out.
Yeah, we should definitely have that.
Make a list,
Yeah.
and if it
Do you
can
have any
be
access to,
gotten, we'll get it.
Magical stuff.
A little bit. You might know something, Dad.
Yeah, we got a little bit of stuff. Some stuff back home that we could have sent down too.
I'm sure we'd definitely be interested.
Well, yeah, at least hearing what there is. Don't want if it's things that you all will need, obviously not. But like,
Well,
if it's things that could be helpful when out, would at least like to hear what there is.
we're pretty much. We sent the mayor off back to the Triumvirate. He's going to gather up any willing and able-bodied casters that are currently set up there to come back to St. Aelith and set up as much of a defensive structure as we can. We're going to be pretty much consolidating the seat of power to here now, because there's nobody else to be in charge of the other cities. So
Hmm.
Whatever I had back home, whatever Bianca had, whatever we had back in St. Baranon, we're just going to be consolidating all the resources, all the people, all the fighters that we have, all of the people capable of defense, and stationing them. We're going to try pretty much to tear down the gridliner docks that head to God's Hold.
Yes.
And that's what I've been able to surmise so far. Trying to figure out supply lines, trying to figure out defensive structures get in place.
Well, we should be here for a week or so at least, if we can help in any way.
Okay. Well, the primary thing right now is the mayor's got some abjurers back in Holy Triumvirate who are going to try to set up some things that will stop somebody from teleporting in.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it seems like.
I'm sure a lot of people from St. Baranon could help, regardless of their past. Wolfenzago is prime example.
Absolutely. And we've got some folks like that up in St.
Yeah. Well,
St. Anton, for that matter, too, up by the fjords. Yeah, we're just going to try and consolidate at the points of interest, primarily here.
sounds like as good a strategy as any right now. We'll update you as we do anything significant or noteworthy.
Please do. Thanks for everything.
I know you made a tough call back in there. I respect it. I hope I can earn it.
Well,
Don't take it too heavily. It was a little bit pragmatic. We're
I
better off
understand.
than a lot of the rest of the room.
I understand.
Just do your best to help your son. And your country, for that matter.
Well, I always do.
Glad to hear it.
Well, we'll give you two some time at least,
Yeah.
but we'll be around.
All right. Thank you. Guys can rest. We can close out here. You guys have your week to figure out what you want and what you want to do.
Do they send over magic stuff?
They just might.
Wowee.
I
caught me off guard
I
there.
have no response to that.
Wow,
Especially after the session of like, wow, everyone's dead. Oh, magic item? Wowee.
What an exciting thing.
Ah.
Celebrate.
Mr.
Oh,
You're
Penny.
really
That's-
strong. Anyway, that'll do it for us for tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't too emotionally traumatic.
No.
Not yet. We're kind of starting. So.
Yeah.
we have Roger now.
God damn it.
Good old Roger.
I
Yes,
forgot,
I'm glad.
I
Thank you for
forgot
naming
about
that.
the
You know,
token.
the
Roger
name.
is
I thought it was going to be a lot longer before I had to use that thing. I was like, this isn't going to matter till we go to Seltenbrock. And then you put a Warforged in front of me. I was like, wait.
Good
Now
call.
that is my
Good, great
war.
choice.
Yep. Now you've got a soldier.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys know some things about Rook.
Yeah.
You've got
Yes,
you've got to be running out, right? Like,
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
Who
I don't know
knows?
if he's
how many
bullshitting,
more
what he's not
surprises do you
bullshitting.
have in store?
Oh my
knows?
god.
Because now we have 2 party members
Let me
that
just
are
say, the amount
Yeah.
of times that you guys have insight checked Rook is frighteningly small.
I think because we
Well-
just know he's lying, but so we just kind of like gave up on that.
yeah, it's
So-
like a boulder standing in your way. It's like, oh, I'm gonna push it, and it's like, it's not gonna move, dipshit. What do you expect?
Hmm.
Yeah, we probably should be.
Oh my
It's like-
god.
Celeste, you
I
know,
feel
he's
like
like,
Millie,
yes.
but Millie's like, we're boys, so unless like she has a big reason to, or something's just not right, she would insight. Not she
Cinder
would just
mostly
believe
just doesn't care.
whatever Rook says.
Yeah,
I'm
Celeste's
not.
ready.
I told Millicent I wouldn't lie to her, so
Yeah.
She
I did.
believed
And
you.
that was a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
100%.
She believed you.
Yeah.
Millie 100% believes that.
Celeste
be
is currently
heartbreaking.
banging her head like
Yes.
into a wall. Like,
I'm here for that though.
she's so done.
Do we have not 1 but 2 abdicated world leaders in our party?
Oh, who knows?
I know, right? I was like,
no
Jesus.
comment.
Oh no.
Was I really
I don't know.
complicated though?
We're abdicated by
Cinder?
force.
Mm,
Hmm.
there you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Forcibly.
I'm trying to get answers.
Sounds
Now my
vaguely
mom's
illegal.
involved.
Vaguely. Everybody
I'm
likes
trying to
it.
get answers. So is Celeste from Rook, but that doesn't happen.
No.
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 You just get more
That's not
questions.
that. Yeah.
Get more
Yeah, Cinder
questions.
Cinder just doesn't care, assumes we can't trust him, and hopes that if there's something that would be relevant, my passive insight will be high enough that Matthew will be like, "Smells like bullshit," and then. That's
And I
good enough
usually
for me.
try to remember that your passive
Yeah.
insight is ridiculous. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but my deception is also as good.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
it in my
what's
notes
your
right now.
deception?
Plus 11.
Same as my
Fucking God.
insight.
Oh
so
no,
that's-
never mind. Plus 10. Plus 10.
Yeah, I've got 11 to the insight, so
Hmm.
I could have taken the expertise in perception because it's helpful, but I was like, no, I want Cinder to read people. He has no experience, but he picks up quickly, and then
probably,
have been
probably a good choice.
choosing
Great
not
job.
to use it very much apparently. So
Yeah. Literally, I have
No.
it in my character notes of like, Celeste is incredibly frustrated by the apathy going
I
on.
saw that because I was flusteredly looking through everybody's notes to see if anybody wrote down the places that you have teleportation glyphs to, and
Nope.
no
I saw other
one
people did.
did.
Nope. The one time I didn't.
I didn't
I
have
was
them
like,
written down.
"Ah."
I pulled them out of my bunghole.
well,
Well,
they will be
the
in the
car-
recording.
Yep. I'll
yeah,
go
we'll
like
find it
last
later.
All right. We should be good next week. Probably not the same time, but maybe.
For me, should be.
Okay. Well, then same time. Same bat time.
I'll
Same
still-
bat channel.
Same time as today.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll still be here next week.
5
So if
o'clock.
we can
6
do this
o'clock.
again.
8 o'clock. Rock.
I'll do my best to not be told to work till 6.
Yes. Do your best.
Okay.
All right.
But for now, I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
All
Good
right.
night.
We are out
Good
of
night.
here.
Good night.